everybody. We had some confusion, as in I messed some stuff up. So here we are. Just a few minutes late. Happy Sunday to everyone. I hope everyone is really well. Tell us how you've been. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen y'all. How you've been, what you've been reading, how you're doing. What are you eating tonight for supper? That's always a very important question that influences what I may or may not have. As you can see, we have Karina Moss with us. Am I pointing the right direction? Whatever direction that would be.
Right.
No, so, there. I don't know. I can't do it either.
Yeah, I know. Elizabeth's one's easy. Just point up. There we go.
No, this stupid mirror image thing is not.
I know, but Elizabeth, I'm saying for Elizabeth. So I was telling her. So I'll start with these ladies, if you want, whichever you got going on, and then we'll do the discussion first, and then do reading sprints, and that way we're not keeping Miss Karina. We're going to be discussing Bait and Swiss, number 6 in the tea shop.
Oh, this one. Oh.
I love the cover of this one.
I do too. I love the colors. And,
I first thought though, like the white, I was like, oh, it's a Rice Krispie treat.
You know what? It kind of looks like white chocolate too. Those two look like white Rice Krispie treats in the skull there. Isn't that funny? That's so cute. Well, I nixed the cover that was supposed to have, maybe I told you this, it was supposed to have a mouse trap on it. And I just thought in a cheese shop, like, I don't want that kind of, it's just a cover, but I was like, I don't know. So, that would have been more like clearly that it's cheese, but that's my mistake.
Yeah, but I agree with you. Like, I don't know that I want a mouse trap on the cover with any food related.
Right. Right. It just,
it's
cozy with the little cow picture and the little,
and then especially if nothing's included in the book, because I don't know. I agree with you. I don't think that belongs. Right. Yeah.
And especially unless it was like a little pet mouse or something,
No, not at a cheese shop.
Shopping a pet mouse.
Yeah, no.
That would be kind of funny though. If you had that mouse. Well, Elizabeth, what are you, or Karina, are you reading anything good? Are you watching anything good? Are you eating anything good?
I'm again a slow reader, so I don't know. I've got like 4 books going, the same ones probably from last time, and then added ones because I always seem to feel like, oh no, let me start. I'm kind of in the mood for something new, even though I'm halfway through the others. But anyway, watching some good British mysteries as usual. I finally got to see Department Q from Netflix. It's been out a little while and everybody talked about it a while ago, but I didn't have Netflix a while ago, so I didn't. And it was excellent. And then of course I saw the Thursday Murder Club on Netflix. I enjoyed that. It was a little lighter than it needed to be, I felt like. It almost felt, because I do watch the British series show, it felt like one show of a series rather than an actual movie. It just didn't quite have enough stuff in it that the book had, and I understand that, obviously a movie's different. It kept its pace up, I just think probably the directors and everybody involved don't understand cozy mysteries. It's like, oh, it's a cozy, so it's got to be light, and I don't want to say silly because it wasn't silly, but kind of that vibe where, okay, this one did have a few like deeper feelings in it that could have kind of continued on. So I liked it. I enjoyed it in the moment, but afterwards it kind of felt like, it could have been better. But anyway, it was enjoyable, and I hope they make more. And then there was one other new show that I watched. Oh, Beyond Paradise. It was like a spinoff to Death in Paradise.
I like Death in Paradise.
Detective, yeah. And it has the detective who left, and I guess his fiance. I didn't watch like the last couple of seasons of Death in Paradise, but I love it because of where they are. They're at this like little coastal harbor town, and day. And like, how can you not love that? I just love it. So anyway, that's what I've been enjoying.
I love Death in Paradise. The thing with that show is I was like, don't get attached to anybody. I was shocked at how willing they were to part with people.
Yes.
Yeah. Like main people. Like you don't see that in US shows as much, or maybe it's not a cultural thing. I'm making it that
no,
way.
it is in British shows. They do
see that. Like,
so you're clearly not a Game of Thrones fan.
This one is.
There's like a major main character who dies pretty quickly in that series.
No. But I mean, in general, that's not as common. But it seems like in that show, it was like consistently. I was like, okay, I'm not even going to like you till you're like 3
till I know.
I feel like,
so,
that's funny.
I always say that about there's one middle grade author, Catherine Peterson Haddix. Is that her name? You don't see a lot of death in middle grade, but Margaret Peterson Haddix. Margaret Peterson Haddix is not afraid to kill characters. So everything I've read by her, somebody dies, and it's like, wow. But her books are so good; they're very suspenseful because you know that like probably somebody's going to die. They're but yeah. So I brought my whole stack this time. I don't often bring everything. But I brought everything except for my devotionals. So yesterday I was excited because I finished that big Star Wars Epic Collection comic book that I was reading. And so today I started High Seas Heist by Hope Callahan. It's number 10 in the Cruise Ship Mysteries. I know Tiffany has read some of these.
Yes.
Millie. So I think if I read 3 chapters a day on that, because they're short, I can still finish that by the end of the month. And today I started this on audio. Oh my goodness. It's amazing.
I like Jane Karen.
The original narrator, I'm listening to it on audio. Eventually, because when I get my own copy of this, because I have my whole collection, kind of it's a bucket list thing that I want to read all of these in print. But I've listened to all of them on audio, and I wanted to try the new narrator because John McDonough, who's narrated all of them, passed away. So there's a new narrator, and he's good. It's hard to get used to, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I just started today, and I'm also listening to The Robe. This is biblical fiction about a Roman soldier who had he was the one in charge of crucifying Jesus. It's really good. And with my daughter, we've been reading Pet Rescue Club. This is 3 books in one, and it's perfect because there's 10 chapters per book, and we have done so well. We have read a chapter a day this whole month, and they're super cute about these kids that they formed this little pet rescue club, and they're rescuing pets. Okay, so I've been finishing a bunch of my print reads. So these 3 books have been on my currently reading list since like March. And I don't know if I can finish all of these or not. So I want you guys in the comments, if you've ever heard of any of these, to vote which one you think I should focus on, because I don't know if I can get them all done. The Thurber Carnival by James Thurber. They're all different too. Mossy Creek. This one, I read some of this morning. I'm leaning towards this. And then Column of Fire, which is 900 pages. If I start this at the beginning of November and read 20 pages a day,
I say Ken Follett.
I could do it. Even because I'm going to be buddy reading with Fiona at the beginning of December. But even if I just took 15 days, I'm like math. I'm like, okay, if I did 30 days in November and 15 days in December, that's 20 pages a day. If I just tried to read it in November, that's 30 pages a day. It's like 920 pages.
That's a commitment.
I don't know. We'll see. But that's what I'm trying to get done by the end of the year if I can, and as far as print reading. And then I've still got the buddy read with Fiona, and that doesn't include any Christmas books for December. So I got to figure out if
you're stressing me out.
No, I'm sorry. I get joy in this. I know people accuse me of taking the fun out of reading. I'm like, no, this brings me joy. This checking off the list, And these are all good. Like,
can I just say,
funny. I've read some of this already. This is he's like an old humor writer, and It's really funny. And then this is kind of like a Fanny Flagg sort of a
Ooh,
thing.
I like
So I vote Ken Follett all the way.
Love
And Ken
Fanny.
Follett, of course, that's the third one in the
Yeah.
Kingsbridge Chronicles,
Yeah.
and
So-
the first two are amazing.
Yeah, I did not read I've only read Pillars of the Earth.
Okay.
In that, but
Which is
like
amazing.
Pillars of the Earth is actually got me through many ER trips with my mother.
Oh, really?
She had ovarian cancer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, and I found it used again for like 50 cents, and it's still in like good condition. I'm like, I need to buy this again.
That's probably where I got this at a library.
Yeah.
Like,
So I vote Ken Follett.
Okay.
That's nice.
Right.
Well,
He's
I
just
love.
so
I have
good.
read like the first
No, go
pages.
ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I've read like 15 pages of it back in March for March of the Mammoths. And that's how long it's been sitting in my cart because I just didn't pick it up again because I just kept thinking, oh, it's so big. Let me do something else first and I'll get back to that. And I just keep pushing it back and I got to stop pushing it back.
Agreed.
Just do it. Get started.
Just gotta finish this year.
Yeah. Well, I love Jan Karen. I obviously, did all of her Mitford books. I love them. But I just wanted to say, yeah, I don't know that I've done that. Is that like a new one?
It just came out in
Okay, I didn't realize that there was still.
Yeah, I
It's been a
mean,
while.
Mitford fans didn't know she was going to write another one for a long time. We did.
Oh, well, I'll have to get that one then because I loved her. I've read her books. Like I think I read them twice. I read this.
Yeah,
series.
this one's great.
I just love them.
This one's set at Christmas, so it's Christmas.
Well, then I should get it for Christmas. Yeah. That would be great. Yeah, yeah. And also, I wanted to say that John McDonough. I didn't realize because I never did them on audio. I had a Christmas short story that won a Connecticut State short story contest, and it was published in the Hartford Courant. And then on Christmas Eve, it was read on Connecticut NPR by John McDonough.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
his voice is just amazing.
His voice is wonderful. I got to go to the studio while he was doing some of it, and
you got to meet. Did you get to meet him?
Oh yeah, yeah. He was so nice.
Cool.
And he couldn't see it. And then he was doing this one about I said something about a ficus. And it was like a tongue twister. I didn't mean it, like you're not thinking of. I never thought in a million years it would be like, somebody would read it. And so he was like tripping up on that, and then like looking, like teaching me that, So yeah, he was really nice. Yeah,
wow.
That is so neat.
That is.
Well, I love the Jen Karen series, but I also love Fanny Flagg. Just want to point that out.
Yeah.
So,
You might have to read all of them, Elizabeth.
Yeah, basically.
I don't think you helped.
Series like books, and they all have multiple authors that contribute. And I'll let you know. I have the first 5 I found at the bookstore where I work, but I'll be talking more about it because this I think is right up my alley. It's like everything I love.
And it's a whole series.
And it's a whole series. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's great. What's
I think Storm did she did one of her 2 on Tuesdays about Donna Ball, and Donna Ball is one of the authors of it. She has like a Ladybug Year at Ladybug Farm series. I have one of those. So I've heard other people say that they like her. So yeah, I'm excited.
Nice. Emily.
Well, today I've been working on Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers, which is just absolutely delightful. And I did listen. So this weekend I had a retreat at my church. So on the way there, I was listening to some of the audiobook, and I love the narrator for Vera Wong. Like, so fun. I also have started Air. The book is downstairs. So I have the dust jacket, which is like a companion. I think it's going to be a duology, companion to Ember and the Ashes. Like you do need to read that series before reading this because they do refer back to characters and events from Ember and the Ashes, but it's well worth the read. And then I've also been working on, I've paused it because I'm not feeling it so much, but I will probably pick it up Friday. It's Zom Rom-Com by Olivia Dade. So
Zombies.
It's a romance set during the zombie apocalypse. No, zombies are not the love interest. They are fighting against the zombies. And it's a human and her vampire next door neighbor that she thought his name was Chad, but it turns out his name is Gaston. So there's a lot of like songs around that name, right? That she does. But the cover, like I thought like it's like the hands and the title are like in this like neon green. And I was like, I thought I heard someone say that it was glow in the dark. And sure enough, the cover is glow in the dark. Like
Ooh.
I put it underneath like my lamp, like my table lamp by my bed. And then when I turned the light off, like the hands and the title was glowing. It was super cool.
That is cool. What a good idea.
Very nice. You're like, no, of course, it's not a zombie romance.
Yeah, it's a vampire.
You're not in love with the zombies.
Like, right?
We're in love with the vampire.
Exactly, Green. I was like,
Me too.
I have, I think, like three books going. Deck the Halls with Homicide. It's the third book in the Killer Chocolate series by Christina Rummerall. I'm on chapter 14. I'm loving it. I really like this her Killer Chocolate series. So I don't know if it's come out yet or if it hasn't. Oh, it's expected to come out October 25th, I think.
Yesterday, then.
Or, well, that doesn't make sense. Maybe it's October 28th. It says 28 October 25. So I'm thinking it's October 28th of 25 is what I think it is. Okay. So this week, so Tuesday, I think. Mm-hmm. And it's got a super cozy, really cute cover. Mm-hmm. And then I'm listening to, what is the actual title? Paper, Scissors, Death. It's the first book in the Kiki Lauerstein series by Joanna Campbell Sloan. Paper, Scissors, Death.
I have some of those. And they're on audio. I didn't even realize they were on audio.
Yeah, so I'm
Kiki
listening
Lowenstein or something like that.
Kiki Lowenstein, yes, and I'm really liking it. I lived in St. Louis, and right outside St. Louis on the Illinois side for many, many years. Kevin and I, and this takes place in St. Louis, and she mentions a lot of restaurants and places in St. Louis that are very iconic, and nice. That's really fun. And she is, she basically in the first chapter, she finds out her husband has been, passed away. The police are trying to tell her it's his heart, and she's like, he just had his heart checked. It's not. There's something more going on, and so we're kind of at that point. And then she kind of she's finding some stuff out about her husband that's majorly disrupting her life. So I'm really, really enjoying it. She just adopted a Great Dane puppy because I'm sure that's what she needs for right now. Something to add, a Great Dane puppy. But I am absolutely loving it. I was on a panel last year at Malice with Joanna. And so I'd met her and she'd sent me the book. But the words are, I just can't do that. I can't see them. I tried to, plus I'm like, when they're signed, I'd rather just do audio or ebook because I don't want to actually mess up the physical book. But I couldn't do the lettering. So when I saw it in audio, I grabbed it, but I'm really loving it. And then I'm listening to, a romance too about, a group of brothers that are, on a bourbon farm in Kentucky. So,
bourbon farm?
Yes. Oh, a bourbon distillery. They live on a farm and they own a
Okay. I was like,
bourbon farm. They grow bourbon.
How do you do that?
No, they live on it. They live on a ranch or farm in Kentucky. They own a bourbon distillery.
You understand now.
Where did you find that Kiki Lowenstein on audio? Was it on Hoopla or something else?
On Hoopla.
Okay, nice. I'll check.
Yeah. So as always with the start of the discussion, and today we're discussing again Bait and Swiss, number 6 in the Cheese Shop. Thank you. By Karina Moss, who is here with us to answer all of our burning questions. First, how did you rate the book? I, with all sincerity, don't think I gave any book in this series less than 5 stars. I think I gave every single one 5 stars, which
Thank you.
is really incredible. Because even some of my favorite series, we'll have a few that, you know, are a little bit lower or whatever. I don't dig certain topics. And so when those come up, like I'm not a cold case fan. So when those come up, I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, which people don't need to cater. I mean, I still enjoy it because I get to see the characters, but you know,
Yeah.
so but this one, absolutely incredible. And we'll get to it later, but I want to say that considering you didn't know that this would be, as of now, the last one in the series, the way it ended was spectacular. And of course, we'll never give away an ending.
I'm so glad
but
you
it did
feel that.
feel like it was full circle because of the topic of this book, or I felt like it did.
Mhm.
That's how I felt about it. But
Yeah, that's a good
so
answer.
I did give it 5 stars. Let us know in the comments, and I'm going to skip down to started the discussion of the comments. And Emily, were you able to finish it? And what did you think?
I did finish it. I gave it 5 stars. I do think the ending, like, I think the ending was like it's fast. I'm trying to not be spoilery. Like I feel like the ending was very fascinating that you didn't know it was going to be like the last book, right?
Right.
But it's still how it is very like cozy. It is kind of like a last book series ending, very much so. And just they're all, I mean, Team Cheese is together, you know,
Yeah.
and just kind of like, okay, we're here. I was angry at Heath. I did not throw the book across the room as predicted because I'm like, it's a nice book. I don't want to throw it and damage it. But I'm like, I understand why he did what he did. Like, because I'm like, he was like, this is conflict of interest. But he should have recused himself from the case. Like,
True.
if he was really serious about Willa, it should have been, I need to recuse myself. Like my job is not more important than a human being and a relationship.
He wanted to make sure that the case was solved, and so that you know they wouldn't look too much to her. He was
correct.
Like,
so like I can see that. I can see that. Like, but I think that needs to be clarified a little bit better. Of like,
yeah,
I'm doing that. Like he needs to clarify. Like I'm doing this because I want to make sure that you're not accused of murder. You get off scot-free because I know that you didn't kill it, and this is why I'm doing this. Not this is a conflict of interest. I got it confused. I don't know. Maybe he explained it more clearly, and I read it too early in the month, and I don't remember. But
maybe you're just pissed off, and you just didn't
right.
anything else.
I feel like eventually, like their relationship is pretty serious now at this point in the book, and like. So I think like if the series were to continue, it would have to be very much like, okay, like I'm either going to have to like recuse myself from the cases, you know, like because if he keeps,
no, that's something I never considered. If the series continued, like because she's always like happens to be one of the ones who are in some way involved, you know, not usually, not always suspected, but somehow always involved.
Right.
So.
And there's a difference between being involved and suspected. Like, I think if she were involved, I don't think he would have to recuse himself. But if she's suspected, he's going to have to recuse himself. Otherwise, if it were me and like, we're now serious, like, like, because now at the, like they are like, and he continued to do that, I'd be like, you're really not serious about me. And I'm not putting up with this behavior. So you got to get yourself together.
Right. On my end as a writer, I was just thinking, how can I have Heath not be in it too much? Because he is a detective, you know, and it is a cozy where I want it to be Team Cheese. And that was always going to be, as they were getting more serious, I thought maybe I should have gone with what my editor wanted and have her be with Roman, because
no, that would not be okay.
It does get like more complicated as the writer to keep him not too much in it, keep him, like you said, though, protective of her. I mean, I guess I'd have to go back and read Diane Mott Davidson, I mean, she ended up being married. Her character ended up being married to the police officer. So I'd have to see how she
They handled it
off. Because I had started to think, how is it?
Yeah,
How is this gonna work?
I didn't get very far with Diane Mott Davidson. Like, I read her, but I didn't get to the point where she married the detective because she just got darker and darker, and I was like, this is not cozy for me.
I ended up, I got farther than you did, but then I ended up stopping reading one of hers in like chapter 4 or something, because it was dark with the abuse
and too much, right?
like
the abusive ex-husband. I was like, I can't.
Right. That was a lot. That was in the early days, and they were still, I guess, figuring out what, I mean, she was a lot of people's introduction to cozies, but I don't now that wouldn't fly now. If you tried to publish one with that would be too much.
And
I enjoyed it.
Wait, what series did you say?
It was the Goldilocks catering.
I was what? Yeah, because I did read. Oh, I've read all of them, but the last 3. It's definitely not a traditional cozy. It's way more gritty because I think, like you said, it's early on. But I think I was making sure it was that series because they turned some of them in a movie into Hallmark. But they really kind of spun that a little bit. Like they made her divorced and, and all that kind of stuff. But there's not that addressing, there's, the DV and stuff that was like really like, that was just kind of left out. And I was like, okay, that was very purposeful, which I get because it's, it would not fly in a cozy today.
Right. No, it wouldn't. Even divorce, when I did submitted my first cozy to my agent and she was submitting them, she was like, with the divorce thing was like, or no, it was this one. I think it was this one. And I wasn't going to have like the ex-fiance. I was going to actually have her be divorced. And she was like, they don't really like divorce,
Wow.
Okay. I mean, and now maybe it's changed because it's ever changing, but that was like, 5-6 years ago. So
I will also say this, Archie was kind of annoying to me too in this one, because I was just like, dude, do you not see how Hope is so manipulative of you? Like, you need to cut your ties with her and stop stringing June along. Like,
I don't know. I think that like when you're young, but 2, also when you're in it, it's hard for you to see.
Correct. And like, and Willa, yes, and I was gonna say too, before you jumped in, like Willa recognizes like too, and so like Archie's young and he needs to figure this out like for himself.
Yeah,
and she's like, he'll get there, but
I want to go back and address the fact that she could have been with Roman.
Yeah. Well, if my editor had her
way, glad that she's not with Roman.
I don't know why. I mean, that was my intention because that is what my editor wanted in the beginning of the series when we talked about it. And so that was my intention. And then, sometimes your characters just, I don't know, just don't. I should have gotten in touch with Tiffany. She could have pushed me that direction.
I liked both of them. That was, so
I'm kind of with Emily on that, and I've only read 2. And just so for everybody watching, I know because we talked about this before we went live, I finally finished book 2, so yay for that. And I loved every second of it, every page. Yeah. But from where I am right now, I would agree that she shouldn't end up with Roman because you started out portraying him as kind of a player from the beginning. So it's like I don't want that for her. I want somebody who's like solid, trustworthy, and good foundation.
Well, people didn't ask Elizabeth.
Well, she had an ex-fiance who cheated on her with her best friend. Right. She needs someone who she doesn't have to worry about.
Right.
Like Roman's a player. Like she would worry about like, is the next young thing coming along that's prettier than me? Will he stray?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, true. And he was loyal to his wife until, she was killed and died. So
I like you.
Yeah. But the funny thing about with Hope, my editor kept saying every time I'd write Hope, because I always meant her to be, because in the very beginning when you meet her in Shut Her Off Dead, she's a spoiled brat. And so, I wasn't going to really change that. People can evolve, and certainly her getting the shop allowed her to evolve, but still, people are who they are pretty much. And so, but then she kept like defending Hope and being like, oh, this isn't showing Hope in a very good light. And I'm like, well, Hope's not really in a very good, even though she's with Archie, like I wanted to show her like three-dimensional, and I never meant for her and Archie to stay together. Like, even though they were cute, I mean, that's just the way they are. Like, they're 20 years old, like, come on. And so, in this one, I just wanted to like find, because I was definitely going to, she was not nice to him in the last one. So I was definitely going to like rip the Band-Aid off, but she had to have quite a role in this. And I knew she'd play victim in my head, and so I was like, well, and then of course, Archie's going to be the good guy, like wanting to save her and whatever. And he has to kind of learn his lesson that like, and so I just wanted to make it clear to like my editor and like anybody who was still rooting for the two of them that she was not one to be rooted for, even though she had her, I mean, she went through a lot, and, she has kept that place going, and she's, kept her dream alive. And so there are a lot of good things about her, but she's not for Archie, and same with Roman. There can be good things about somebody that doesn't mean they're for somebody else, so.
And I think that you did a really good job with that, because I do feel like she grew up in terms of the shop, but I don't think I was ever a fan and rooting for her or Archie to be together, because there was always still glimpses of the bratty, spoiled Hope in every book.
Right. Like when she had him working for her for free because she didn't want to get up so early, and
yes. And he's like just like working, and Will is like, why aren't you sleeping? And he's like, oh, I'm over. I feel like we always got to see those glimpses. I mean, I want to give her due in other areas, but I feel like as far as like a person ready for a relationship, we always saw a side of Hope that like
right.
And maybe that's why I like the milk bottle so much. I was really
right.
June.
And they would have had their time together. Maybe they still will. We'll see.
Maybe they still will. Oh, Cajun said Bait and Swiss 5 stars. My favorite of the series and my favorite book I read last month. That's amazing.
Thank you. That's fantastic. I appreciate that.
That is amazing. Spoiler alert, I didn't throw Bait and Switch. Oh, kitty.
Hi, Marlo. Say hi to everybody.
Hello. Well, Anita also said, I gave Bait and Swiss 5 stars. Very nice.
Yeah.
If I miss anybody, because I'm popping through looking for Bait and Swiss. So if I miss anybody, please let me know. Karina, the Cheese Shop series covers are all so pretty, and I love the title, fonts, graphics, and the color blocks used for them. The blues, the greens, the yellows, and the golds.
Thank you. Yeah, they did a beautiful job. I've always, I mean, I let them know what I would like on the covers, but other than that, I have nothing to do with it. So I can always like fully brag about the covers, because they are just gorgeous. I got so lucky with having such gorgeous covers. They really are.
I agree. I really like the colors that are used in every cover. Yeah. Anita said, hey, Carmen. Anita said, I agree with you about the Thursday Murder Club, Karina. I watched it. I loved it, but I haven't read the books. People like, don't watch it and not have, but I couldn't resist Helen Mirren and Pierce Bronson.
It's actually, it's great reading. I mean, watching it, if you didn't read the books, I think you would enjoy it more. And I did enjoy it. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It wasn't until I was left feeling, I don't know, it was almost like a good like candy bar where you're really enjoying it at the time. And then afterwards you're kind of like, maybe I could add something with more substance.
I still haven't watched Thursday Murder Club. I love the book so much. It's one of those what if I hate the movie things.
I don't think you'll hate it. I mean, it was really of course, and the characters are fun and you enjoy them. I mean, I don't know, maybe because I listen to it on audio and I always fall asleep on audio, no matter what book it is. I always listen to it like before bed. And I never do mysteries on audio because I like to pay attention. But this one, I forgot why I got it on audio, but I did anyway. And so it took me forever to finish because I kept going back to, was I not paying attention because my mind was wandering almost to sleep? And so it took me forever. So I really felt like I had read that book for like months, because I had been with it for so long. So I was really invested. I think I was like super, super invested, more than, normally with a cozy. So yeah, so the book, I wanted it to be like a little meatier and it wasn't, but it was still fun. I still thoroughly enjoyed watching it. You won't hate it.
I feel like I would not have understood the show as much if I hadn't read the book first. But my husband watched it with me and he hadn't read it. And I thought I was going to have to explain stuff to him. He's like, no, I get it. I'm like, okay.
This isn't about the discussion, but since I think Karina would be really interested because we were talking about it, did y'all know that there's a Mitford Museum in North Carolina?
Is it at like Blowing Rods?
I did not. Now I'm
I
really interested because I also loved it.
Awesome. Thank you, Cajun. Because
Yeah.
I think I may have heard about it, but it kind of it didn't register. Yay.
Awesome. Cajun, thank you so much for that because I think most of us probably will be looking up. Good.
Do a road trip together.
Yeah.
Book fan said, I'm about 59% through Bait and Swiss. I love your profile.
Yes.
I hope that you are loving it. Bait and Swiss, I agree. It didn't leave anything unanswered or left you wondering, which is nice in a last book and amazing since you didn't know it was. Exactly.
Yeah.
Really felt like, and it brings me back to the discussion, because this was probably my very first question, of all the saloons in all of the United States, the ex-fiance and the walk into hers. And I mean, I don't think that's a spoiler, right? That's on the back of the book.
Yeah, right. No, okay. That's right.
Which also so I want to know what y'all think of that, because the thing that shocked me the most about it, well, like I said, like, what are the odds that you would wind up in, Yarrow Glen? But also it was more like their reaction to her. Like, they're like, you're not happy to see us? Like, why are you like,
because they're just so narcissistic, like
no recollection or like
what happened,
why she may have a problem with them. They're just like, oh, are we not good? Are we not? When I'm like,
not only that, but like the fact that they assume that she would help. They're like, can you please help us? Yeah. Can you please investigate this so that way we're not charged with murder? Like, what? Like, how, like, just how awful of a human being are you?
Mm-hmm.
But like, even at like dropping something off, would you ask? I'd be afraid that that's exactly what would happen. Would be somebody would sabotage? I'm like,
serves her right.
Right? but like, I so I just want to know if everybody else was shocked, because I get what you're saying. Clearly, they're so into themselves, but to not have like any self-awareness of why she wouldn't just be like thrilled to see the both of them was shocking to me. I was like, y'all aren't that night. I mean,
from my perspective, because like later on when they talk about it, they actually talk a little bit about it, but from my perspective, they were trying to brush it under the rug. Like, they did remember and they did know she'd be upset, and that's why he did the surprise, because he wanted to hold that off as long as possible. And so he just thought if he was kind of gaslighting her, making her be like, come on, can't we just be over it by now? That would work. And it didn't work. And, and the reason she delivered those chocolates was not to be nice, but she, you know, her first intention was to badmouth them to, you know, AJ, who was going to review them. So, you know, she had her little moment too, which, you know, kind of also then she learned her lesson that, okay, maybe bad intentions come back to haunt you.
Right.
But also, if they were that awful, like, why was she engaged to him and why was she friends with her in the first place?
Right.
Because, like,
right.
you don't turn that awful overnight.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean,
So I
I just,
wonder, like, if she just didn't have a good
Their
self-esteem
success
back
probably
then.
changed them
yeah,
because,
I
you
kind of,
know, they're I'm sorry. I was just gonna say their success
Oh.
probably changed them because they were just starting the shop when they broke up. They decided they were gonna be together. Those two were gonna be together, and then they were
Yeah.
gonna start these, you know, chocolate shops. And so maybe as they got more successful, you're, you know,
right.
I don't
And
know.
I do feel like I mean, I guess I didn't reveal that enough that I feel like their shame about it, you know, a little bit of shame that they had about it, like manifested in, can't we just get over it? Like, I don't think they wanted to, like, you know, fully acknowledge what they did, you know, like, and that's why they also kind of, when the three of them talked about it, they were like, you know, well, you just assumed we all wanted a cheese shop. We wanted a business together, but you were the one who just went head first into a cheese shop. It wasn't. So they were kind of putting stuff on her too, like, you know, oh, you're trying to sound so like high and mighty that you know, we're going off and doing this cheesemonger thing so that the three of us could get together. And yet the two of us never said we wanted the cheese shop. That was your dream. And you wouldn't have really shared that with us. So they were kind of trying to put the blame on her. And then it made her think, is that what I really did? And, you know, or did we really all agree on that? You know, so it was, you know, all this, I think over the years that just kind of, they kind of, I think over the years, you kind of, with yourself, make it okay in your own head.
Oh, justify it for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
they had. And I think that to me, the girl was much more you could tell that she had not regret, but she felt a lot more about what Willow went through than him, to me.
Yes. Yeah.
I felt like she did.
Right.
And I think that, you know, from her perspective too, I think that, not that this makes it okay, but I think she really was in love with him. I don't think it was like, I'm just going to, on a whim, like hurt my best friend.
Right.
You know, I think that she really, you know,
Yes.
sincerely had feelings for him. And I don't think that's okay still, but I'm saying like,
Right.
you know, but yeah, I just think that there was a lot of justifying that went on probably over the years, and you know, that you stayed away and kind of those sort of things, and it just kind of goes away in your own mind.
Right.
Cation said it's a cozy even when the sleuth is involved with law enforcement. No one rescues themselves. That's just one of the things I go with.
No, true. Yes. It's just when the law enforcement is there in a lot of scenes, you can't have them like asking the sleuth what they should do or deferring to them, because that wouldn't happen. And so unless it's like a specific situation, like she has a specific skill that, you know, or knowledge or something over the situation that he wouldn't have. So that's why I just don't like the law enforcement being in the scene, or being so, you know, like if Heath was there all the time, like what would he do? He wouldn't go along with Willow like in Fun Do or Die when they were both together in it, because, you know, he wasn't in charge. And so that's personally why I try not to. You can definitely have law enforcement in there, but like I know several of my clients, my editing clients, in order to make it easier to reveal some things or to have some clues, they'll often have too much of the police like answer those things. And I'm always saying, like, it's harder, but find another way. Like, you can have them answer a couple of things so that your sleuth knows what's going on, but don't have them working side by side or even often, or going to the police station and happen to hear or happen to know, or like, don't do that so often where the sleuth isn't sleuthing,
Sometimes there's series though where, like, over time, because it's so common, it's such a common trope to have the main character become the love interest of the law enforcement, but then over time in that series, that law enforcement person might then become a private investigator, or they will change professions so that you can still have them working together, but yet it's not law enforcement plus amateur.
And now, from a writer's point of view, I see why they do that. Because it does get complicated and more difficult.
It's like with Campers and Criminals, that's one of the things. With Bailey in the Amish candy shop,
he left and with like FBI or like a bigger position.
Yeah,
he's not in the same.
Yeah,
that's a good way to do it.
That's very true. Hey, Kristen. Cajun said, "Such a pretty cat, Karina."
And I thought it was interesting, all the cat mentions in the book too, and I was thoroughly convinced that cats played a role in the crime.
That would be amazing.
That would
like, because you kept mentioning cats, and I'm like, well, she has to be mentioning it for some reason. Cat did it.
Was it the cats? Was it the two cats that were together in this one that were in love? Is that this one? That were the cat in the there
was a stray cat.
I don't remember.
Yeah, no, I do. I'm trying to, because I've written all of them. I'm trying to think which one, because I think they
all run into each other for me.
Because I think they were going to, Emily. I did have, because I rewrote a lot of this because it took too long to get to finding the body and then whatever. So I had to like rewrite and take out a lot. And I think there was going to be a thing about the cats. Now that you say that, now that I'm thinking about
not completely
crazy. I
crazy.
Just left the cats in there. I don't know, but yeah,
that happened. That happened with another of your books where there was like an eagle statue mentioned, and I was like, "You keep mentioning it. There's going to be something."
Well, because the ending of that did have that. It was supposed to be the weapon, and because it's called Curds of Prey, I thought that would be perfect because it's eagle.
Yeah,
and, that would be
right. Yeah.
I added it and like the ending, so then I changed it to a different ending. And it was a better ending what I changed it to, but I was like burned about that eagle because I did think, because it was Kurds that I just thought, I did think that would have been like, oh, that would have been the like a full
that's really clever
eagle. So yeah, I kind of was bummed about not getting to use that eagle statue, and I did try to like think how I could write it into where it did end up in the house and stuff, and then it just didn't work. So I was like, okay, forget the eagle statue.
Jill also said, "Hi, Kitty." Did anybody wonder or think that maybe Hope didn't do enough? Like, I don't know about research, but like, how do you not know? I guess she didn't know their names though. Like, maybe she wouldn't have made the connection anyways. But I kind of was like, no, like I don't know what to say that I won't give anything away. So, the pop up she was, was part of her with like going to be mixed in with her shop. Now, maybe I think Willa, that's what I'm saying. So, and even if she did, I don't know if she would have connected that.
Why would she have ever?
Yeah, did Willa ever tell Hope the names? Like, because again, she's not in her friend group, so why would she?
Well, but they're close enough with their interactions because of Archie that I don't know. But and then there's the other chocolate place in town.
The other candy shop. You're right.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just felt like
Because it
I
just
felt like
shows
it was
how
Hope being Hope.
sorry. It just shows how young Hope is, that she doesn't
Yeah.
think through her actions
Yeah.
and the implications and how they affect other people.
Like she
And
needed
that's
Just
the
seems
my
space
like
and
this is
it
how
was
this will
Hope being
impact me.
right. Yes. Yes, Emily.
Yeah. But I felt like it was another example and to of Hope being Hope and kind of not thinking things through. And even if she did, even if you can set aside the who they are, the other chocolate shop in town, was like what,
Mhm.
and I think it's just
Yeah.
she is very self-absorbed and she's young. I think all that goes into
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Karina, I like the final book focused on Team Cheese rather than Willa's relationship with Heath and the way things were with her ex were addressed. I thought it was a good way to tie things up.
Mhm.
That's what I thought it was full
Yeah.
circle, was her to be able to see them again and get some sort of what felt like closure.
Mhm.
Right.
And for us, because we've always known she hated chocolate and this,
Right.
and so like for not knowing, I was like, wow, what a time for that to come and like actually
Mhm.
be,
Yeah. It
brought
really
to life and everything. It was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I was glad to do it because I always want to bring something new to every book. And so when I was thinking about doing this one, I was like, okay, Case of the Blues kind of had some of her past, not that we talked about any of those people or anything specifically, but it had colleagues that she wasn't that close to, and it kind of showed the differences in the colleagues that she has now. And so in this one, I was thinking, okay, what else can I bring back to like show Willa a little bit more, and to kind of have people know her a little bit more. And then I thought, well, I mentioned that in every freaking book, so let's just bring them in. And it was kind of, when you have to do a little suspension of disbelief in cozies, them happened to come. Obviously, they knew, and I don't know. I went back and forth between his reasonings in my own mind. I didn't put it in there, but of why he was like, okay, let's do it there. And I had a kind of a whole backstory that I never put in about that I was going to. It was a whole thing. And then I was like, okay, that's just too much. But so it was kind of, I was like, okay, this is going to have to be like one of those suspension of disbeliefs that there happened to be there in Sonoma, and and that's why I wrote the thing with Hope and all of that. So hoping that people didn't throw the book across the room right at the get-go, like, oh, just go with it.
And I felt like there has been little snippets of her past in each book, like you mentioned. Case of the Blues, but even more in seeing her old colleagues that she didn't get along with is seeing her mentor and kind of like who really taught her about cheese. And we saw,
Right.
a big glimpse of that in that book, which gave us a whole nother dimension too. I mean, we knew she had studied there and all that stuff and everything, but I think that when you meet somebody like that was very significant to their life, it really shows a lot about the character too. Baden Swiss, yes, the ex and ex-friend are so self-important. Plus, they're so justified what they did to themselves that now they think they were justified in what they did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Cajun, well put.
And in their heads, like, everything worked out. You have your cheese shop. We're in love. We have our chocolate shop. What's the problem? And that's, I think, what Willa wrestled with the whole thing was like, okay, why am I being this bitter? Like, I don't want him back. It's not that. And so she was like wrestling with herself, whether she should allow herself to be upset about it still, seeing them and everything, because, yes, everything did work out. So are you allowed to still be mad or to still, think, some kind of way about people that did you wrong, 10 years ago or however long ago it was.
Cajun said, when you're involved with someone romantically or platonically, we tend to make excuses and not see bad signs. Exactly.
Yes,
and Archie is very young. And so I think that plays a big part of it too.
And Hope's probably his first relationship.
Yeah.
It sounds like. So it's harder.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have helped them as much as the main character.
Right.
I know
Well,
I would not have helped
just
them.
them, she probably wouldn't have, but it turned out to be, her solving the case for the whole town, so that scandal could be pushed away, and for AJ and for everybody and herself. So yeah, it did end up being for everybody.
True. Um,
But she was nicer to them than I would have been.
she was
I will say that. She was more cordial than I would have been.
and I just still thought it was very naive on their part to ask. Like I would have been like,
Can you imagine?
no.
Yeah, no,
But I
would.
mean, like, not
Right.
just
I would eat the humble
like,
pie before I asked her. Like, I would have to be like, look, we really hurt you. We're really sorry.
Yeah. At least.
And then I would wait like a day, and then I'd be like, hey,
right.
It's
like,
not
if you're
even
gonna wait
like
too
that.
long, because like you can't under an investigation, right? But
yeah,
I wouldn't be like, I'm sorry. Now, can you help us?
Yeah. All right.
I would just be more like worried that she would do something to sabotage me.
Right.
You
I
know?
mean, she's a good person.
Even if she's like, yeah, I completely forgive you. And she'd be like, you ruined my, no, but like, I don't know.
Sure, I'll
Like,
help you.
Exactly. That's a lot of trust. And it wasn't like just one of them, both of them burned her. You know what I mean? It wasn't like just one. So I don't know. Like that's a lot of trust to put in someone you haven't seen in a very long time. And the last time you've seen them, you really
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know. Just listening to the conversation about law enforcement and asking Sleuth. Funny, I just finished Nancy Drew, and in them, law enforcement was always asking Nancy Drew.
Yeah, it's just so unrealistic.
They gave her a lot of credit. Well, occasionally she would run across a law enforcement that didn't know her. And then by the end, they're like eating crow because maybe they've talked to somebody from some other agency that does know her. And they're like, oh, yeah, they tell me that you've solved a lot of cases. So sorry about that. Yeah, Nancy can do anything. Her and the
I was just saying, Nancy's allowed to do anything now.
They're certified in anything and everything. They have experience in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness, at such a young age, I don't know how they had time to learn all those things that they learned, but
yeah.
Well, they didn't have cell phones to distract them, so
there you go.
Yeah,
very true. Willa and Pierce could have done a cheese and chocolate collaboration. Both go with wine. Plus, curds and whey is in wine country.
That's true.
They could have, but why would you want to do that with your ex? So there's that.
I think the very end with the smiley face is funny because she's like, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's very like, you know what I mean? When Melvin, you crack me up. Karina, have you thought about making a series about someone in Willa's town or someone else in her community?
No, I don't think I have. I feel like for anybody to, any publisher to buy another book, it would have to be, you'd have to think about the theme of what it would be, and it would have to be probably somewhere else. I mean, I have thought about taking out one of the characters like Archie or something and putting him in an entirely different situation, having him be older, like having him, this is, where he is now. And
that would be interesting.
That would be cool.
So I don't know.
Like Archie in a different town with his own cheese shop.
Not cheese though, because
something else. Yeah,
publisher's tired of cheese.
But he was studying to be a cheesemonger. Maybe
I know. Well, and that's what stopped me from. I was like, and then so I don't know. Yeah.
Or maybe he has a fondue restaurant.
A fondue restaurant. That's true.
I think he should run a bowling alley.
Do you know?
Or a carnival. That's what Tiffany's always wanting. A carnival.
All of the thing. I swear you should have your own publishing company. I actually did a little proposal a long time ago for to my agent with the protagonist, and like the bowling alley was the thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and no, she didn't think it was cozy enough. She's like, "Oh, bowling alleys aren't cozy," and I was like, "All right." And
But they
so
are.
else.
Yeah.
Totally.
They're leagues.
Yeah, because they have that like community,
like
like
the leagues. Oh my gosh! And like a team could be like the sleuths,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Team
And
Cheese.
they
Like
have, yeah, and they're very nostalgia, and that in itself is
Yeah.
kind of got this cozy
And like
vibe.
more
And
like a
know.
blue collar way too, because I like writing about, like, I know like this is in Sonoma Valley and stuff, but like all my characters are more like pull yourself up from your bootstraps kind of people, and even the town is more like, you know, the dairy town, rather, and all the shishi wine country towns are right around them, you know. And so I prefer writing about, I don't know, people that are, I guess, more like me and how I grew up and stuff like that. And so that kind of thing, like with bowling alleys and stuff, for me, feel like
And
very
there's got to be
community oriented.
a bunch of possible punny titles with
oh
like
my gosh,
gutters and
Yes.
walls and
Right.
Strike out, like
yeah.
split.
Maybe I should try it again. It
Right.
was
turkey
a long time ago.
for Thanksgiving, because don't they
But
call
she's
like
very
3 strikes
sushi
a turkey?
shopping, so maybe she changed her mind if I
You
I
should.
tried
I
it.
could also
have
see
a
if
li- I
Archie
have-
be like a mascot for a professional team too, with all of the costumes that he always wears.
That's true.
I have a new list of themes that I want to see. I have my old list. I already sent it to Karina.
You have a new list?
Yeah,
I don't have it on my message.
I do. I have a new
Well.
list. I'm like, oh, these are more things I haven't seen in cozy.
I
But I'm
could
like, why
use
haven't we
it.
seen these? But bowling alley was one of them. But I don't know why Archie just has that vibe.
That wasn't with Archie. I mean, that was just something.
Oh no, but like
Archie, I was actually thinking of doing a different kind of mystery, and it wouldn't be so cozy. And then I thought, oh, I don't know if my readers would like that. Because you know, he loves, like, he always like goes right into the detecting and stuff. I wasn't going to have him be a detective or anything, but he was so into that part of it. I kind of was going to have it be a little more like forensic-y and a little more like, you know, not cozy, but have him be the character. But then I thought, should I bother putting him in a situation where it has nothing to do with that and just keeping the name? Like, that didn't make sense to me. So then I nixed that idea as well. I always have a reason not to write something new.
Well, since that question was asked, I know it was asked specifically about Willa's town or the Team Cheese. So I'll ask in general. I know there's probably not a lot you can say, and we asked this last time, so I don't know how much has changed, but are you proposing for anything else at the moment?
No. At the moment, no. The proposal I put in was for a regular mystery, not a cozy. And there was a lot of stuff that my agent didn't think was right with it. The theme and the atmosphere and all of that, which was the main thing in my head. But I guess what was not in my head was so much the characters. It was like I was into, and I don't want to say what the theme is because I still might use it at some time, but that was what the main thing for me was. And so I think, you know, obviously, and I know this, that, you know, your character has to have something to say, and that has to be the main thing, is your characters. That's kind of who has to come first. And in what I proposed, that really wasn't. And so, and plus I wasn't going with cozy, which is my wheelhouse, and trying to go with mystery. And so, what I had just wasn't, I guess, enough for that. So anyway, I decided not to revise that because I wasn't sure where I was going with it. And so I'm kind of just kind of living my life and hoping I get like this surge of an idea. And what I have to do, actually, I've been editing. I've been doing a lot of editing, but I just finished last Friday on a thing, and I have a little bit of time before my next one. And so I'm editing other people's work. And so what I think I need to do is really ask around about what the cozy layout is in the industry. I think that's what is keeping me, because they're doing away with mass market, and so I don't really know what's going on with cozies nowadays, and that's what's keeping me from doing a cozy and thinking maybe I'll go in another genre. But then I'm just end up writing cozy-ish even if I don't mean to, and so and my ideas end up always being cozy ideas, because that's just always what I've been doing and what I've been reading and all of that. So yeah, so right now I don't have anything even in the works. I mean, I'm just like, I don't know. Just
something will come along,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll be like dying, and you'll just get it all out.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm waiting for, what I'm hoping for, is that something really, just an idea really, hits me that I'm really excited about. Because the other ideas that I've done, I've been excited about them, but not to the extent that I used to be before I was published. Like, there was 100 ideas. And I think now that I know so much about the business, sometimes that kind of weighs on me and keeps me from going forward with something, because sometimes I think, oh, they wouldn't like this, or that's not working today, and I think too much about the business side of it, and it just kind of makes me stop even like going forward with an idea, which isn't a good thing either. It's a hard balance to know what to spend your time on. And even a proposal takes months, for me anyway, not for everybody. But so what to spend your time on doing, and if it's going to be, worthwhile. So we'll
I think something will, when it's right, something will just pop in your head, and it'll be gung ho, and then that's the thing that's going to take off. But just because we're throwing out ideas about Archie, I feel like I want to turn a corner and just throw one idea out about Mrs. Schultz. I feel like there could be a spinoff with Mrs. Schultz doing like community theater or something that, where she's involved in theater, and that would be so much fun.
Do they have a community theater group in Yarrow Glen?
That was actually my, you have to do like 3 like small blurbs for your next ones, just in case you get picked up for more books. And so the next one was actually going to involve Mrs. Schultz, and that kind of, I was going to bring
that would be fun, like a community theater group mystery series. That would be fun.
I'm just throwing it out there. That would be really fun.
Just throwing it out there. I know. I'm going to have to kiki with you a little bit, Tiffany, and see what I should do next. You've always got the best ideas, and you have more of a sense of, because I take so long to read a freaking book, you have more of a sense of what's not out there that needs to be.
Yeah, and most of the ideas I have are, I mean, not to say that there's not any, but like there's 1,001 bakery, and I love bakery cozies, but there's 1,001 of them. In order to stand out, I think it would be very hard to, not you specifically, I'm just saying for anybody,
right.
And
so library,
I always think of like the areas that don't have as much. I'm like, oh, we really need a good, this, and not to say there's none of them, but like when it's a space open,
Right.
Anita said, Karina, you have a pretty cat.
Thanks, I do. She is pretty. I got her in August. I finally decided to be a real cozy writer and get a cat.
What's her name?
It's been like years since I've had one.
What's her name?
Her name is Marlo.
Marlo.
Momac said, for a 6-book series, I think you fit in so much and answered so much about the characters, their backgrounds, and how they tied to their current life. And then she continued, I thought all of that was done so well, more effectively than some other series that have gone on for many other books.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I do. I think that was very well put, because I do think that we had a good sense of who she was through books. They gave us a little bit of, okay, this is kind of her background and where she learned about cheese, and this is her, and what I do think that was done well, and especially in like a jam-packed series where there's books have gone, like she said, longer, that I don't think have told all that story. So I think it was done really well. Also later, even more started asking Jessica Fletcher. Oh well,
that's true.
I read a Mercer Row, and I actually really like the Mercer Row books. I've only read 2 or 3 of them, but the ones I've read I really liked. They really feel like an episode of the show.
Really? Do they? I haven't read it.
They really do. But I will say now, the first ones, because now there's like almost 60, but the first ones were probably in the, I'm going to say early 90s. I'm guessing. I don't know for sure, but I'm just taking a stab. And I think it's the second one or something. Jessica travels to like London and Mort and Seth go to help her. Or something happened, but like Mort's just walking around London in his full uniform. Like, what is happening?
It says it was published January of '89. The first one.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but like, how funny! Like, he's just like he like wore it on the plane or what? Like, he just wears it all the time.
Right.
He's just treading down London, and like in his full like Cabot Cove uniform. I think that's hysterical. That just makes me chuckle.
That's funny. Very funny.
Tiffany, thanks for getting what my face. Yeah. It did like the awkward, like anybody?
Yeah.
Oh man, now I want fondue.
I know. Same.
I agree. A bowling alley cozy would be epic.
Right. Well, maybe that's next. That'll be the next one then. I mean, think of all the characters. They would be funny.
Cheese or chocolate fondue?
Oh, cheese would be your meal, chocolate your dessert.
Exactly.
So you could do cheese as the appetizer, and then I had a friend who would make pizza fondue. That could be your main course, and then chocolate fondue would be your dessert.
I never thought of that. That's a good one for the main course, and then of course chocolate. Chocolate's fantastic. I love that.
That sounds good. The bowling alley is a big part of the Scumble River and Return to Scumble River. Okay. That's the Denise Swanson. I did read some of Scumble River, but I don't remember a lot of it. She's a counselor, right? I think. It's been a long time.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was just looking it up. Denise Swanson.
Yes. Hello,
school psychologist. She's a school psychologist.
Yeah, I was thinking she was
I'm just scanning the thing.
Carmen makes me think of the antics of Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah. Lenny and Squiggy.
Cajun said, Melmac, the only right answer is both. One leads to the other, always.
Absolutely.
Yes, I think a bowling alley setting would be great.
Yes. And also, I just comes to mind like the Bones when they go on the Bones episode where they go undercover and they join like a bowling league at a bowling alley.
I haven't seen it. But...
Oh, it's so good. I love Bones.
And then Melmac said both works. That seems like the right answer. I don't like that there were no. I know.
I agree. No, I like them. They fit on nice on your shelf. They're easy to hold. You can stick them in your bag real easy. I don't see a problem with them.
Well, and until like I wasn't able to read physical books anymore because of my eyes, I only read physical.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a book everywhere I went. And I don't want a big honker with me. I liked the mass paperbacks where I could, stick it discreetly, mostly discreetly, in a purse.
Yeah.
So mass market, so I just did a quick Google search. Mass market paperbacks account for only about 3% of total book sales in recent years.
Wow.
Even before they started doing away with them? Because it would make sense that now, because they're doing away with them now, so the percentage is not going to be high.
This just says in recent years, it's only 3% of total book sales.
Which
the format has slim profit margins, making it less attractive for publishers to invest in.
I mean, that's must be why they, you know.
And
It
there's a
is.
shift towards more affordable trade paperback and digital formats, which are more appealing to consumers.
And
I
then
guess-
But I
collectors
do-
want the hardcover specialty editions. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think like it is an accessibility issue because there are people with disabilities where that mass market paperback might be more accessible than other books.
Yeah. Well, and I find it hard, the 3%, because to believe that 3% of the sales, because things like Harlequin, are all mass market.
Yeah.
And
well, but even they've started making them larger.
Mm-hmm.
did
You
they?
know, the
Yeah.
I
Harlequins
don't
are
know. I
larger.
don't
Yeah.
read
Ever
the
since
categories,
like
but like I thought they were still mass
2023.
market, because I'm like, no way do they not have like a tremendous loyal following that would make up for more than.
They must have phased them out over the years because, when we were younger, I mean, that's what it was. I don't know if that's what they
It
were
just
called, but
changed,
they're
like,
all that size.
2023.
Yeah.
It's just changed.
Pretty much
2023
everybody
know
knows
that.
not that long ago.
hardback is mass market, and that trade paperback was not as much of a thing.
I'll
Right.
go get a couple to show you because I have some. I'll be
Yeah,
right
I just didn't realize they had
And
changed.
also, it's a less percentage of the sales because it's always cheaper than any of the other books. So, of course, the sales
Yeah.
of those are going to,
Correct.
percentage-wise, be more.
Hmm.
I don't know. That was just a quick Google search. Like, I'm sure there's more.
But I mean, there must be a reason, and that must be it. Like, there must be a reason that they're doing that, and that must be it. It's just not worthwhile. I mean, the industry's changing so much now.
I think if I had to take a guess from their perspective, because I'm not saying there's any one person or any one company that's greedy, but businesses want to make money.
Yep.
And so it's about them and less about, what consumers want, as long as it can still sell. And to me, I bet the move was more about, if we make them bigger, we can charge way more. So it makes up for the fact that if, we only have to sell one to make
Right.
up for selling three of the other ones.
Right.
Or, whatever the case is. So
Yeah.
that's probably more of, at least for me, I'm like, because I just think that corporations probably don't think of it in the way that we do, where like
Mhm.
less accessibility and this, not like they're just
I
trying
don't
to make their money.
So it's not a huge difference.
Okay.
But like here
I
on the
didn't even know
shelf,
that.
like if you see them on the shelf,
Yeah.
this is an
Yeah.
old mass market, and then this is the new size. So it is.
What's the new size considered? Trademark?
It's considered, I guess, a trade. I feel like this is the new mass market, really, because it's not as big as
It's not as big as a trade.
No,
Yes,
it's not.
right.
It's smaller
but
than
it
the
is
regular trademark.
bigger than your average than the old style
I
mass market.
have, and so it's interesting. The first two books that I have of your series are in that size, that of the
Yes,
new
they-
Harlequins.
And then they
the
did away
rest
with
I have are
that.
the traditional.
Right. And then they did away with that, and
Yeah.
with all of them. And
So
then,
they're kind of, this is kind of what the new cozies are, this size, I think, right?
Right.
Aren't they?
I don't know.
See, I like
I
this. You can
just
hold it
didn't
in
know
one
that they had
hand. I
changed.
can wrap my hand around it.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one is like trying to,
Right.
it hurts my hand to reach around it.
Yeah, I didn't even know they had changed. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Mel, thank you. Melmac said, Karina, your next series idea that ends up coming to fruition will be the one that happens when you least expect it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Thanks. I agree too. That's why I'm just trying to not, for a while I was like, okay, I got to have something. I got to have it right now, and kind of like forcing things. And now I'm just like, you know what? I kind of want to go back to the way I was before I was published, and kind of just watching things or reading things or doing things would spark ideas, because for a long
the best
time I
stuff will
just
come.
worked for 12 hours a day every day and thought about nothing but the cheese shop. And so it's hard to get out of that mindset, and just be like, oh, things actually, a conversation will spark an idea or a show or whatever. So I'm just trying to kind of give myself the time to do that.
the best stuff will come organically, you know.
Mhm.
It's like that's like with me and readathons, Tiffany. It's like all of a sudden, oh my goodness, this readathon, and I'll start coming up with all the prompts and everything.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Anything creative like that. Yeah.
I agree. It's so hard to believe that they are stopping mass market. Makes you wonder why and if they understand readers or just what is going on. It can't be money because they will have lost that income.
But I think given like what I just found, like the loss of income, the income where it's coming from now is all those special editions. Like, and when you've got Fairy Loot and Owl Crate and Illuma Crate and Broken Binding and what's the other one? Like you have all these special editions and all these book boxes and Book of the Month and Aardvark, and people want the sprayed edges, you know?
Yeah, people who just want to read a book, in times past, people just want to read a book would just grab the mass market. Now they'll just get the ebook or they'll listen on audio.
Right.
But people who want to buy the book they want to get the
pretty
special
on the
edition
book,
or the
yeah.
hardcover or something to put on their
Yeah,
shelves.
to keep it. And I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg, but the, you know, like the bookstores are not having mass market anymore. They're not carrying it anymore. And so I don't know if the ending of mass market that made bookstores say, especially Barnes and Noble and those say, okay, we're not doing that anymore, or if, because I know Barnes and Noble for the last couple of years have been changing their marketing strategy, whereas and not every store is the same. It depends where it is in the country and what sells, but most Barnes and Nobles now have gotten smaller. The new ones that have come out have gotten smaller, and they don't, even the ones that they've had already changed from like a whole cozy section to like one shelf wall. And then you have almost just as many CJ Box or James Patterson on the other wall as every cozy that's there. You know, they're just carrying like the big names now, and not the others. And then so for them to say we're not carrying mass market at all, it's almost like, how does that then, how do publishers then raise the profile of their mass markets if they're not even in bookstores like the bigger publishers? Because that's what, one of the things that set my books apart from maybe a smaller publishing house where their books weren't in the store. My books were in a store. You could get it in a store. Now it's on that same level. And so the bigger companies are like, well, you know, ours are just going to be in the sea with everybody else's, you know. And so maybe they just decided, you know, it's not worthwhile.
I agree.
Hey! So so Faith is one of my clients, and I'm not going to say anything, but she is writing this great. You can check her out on Instagram. She is writing this amazing cozy, which Faith, make sure you get in touch with Tiffany when you're all done.
Absolutely.
You're ready.
Is this her Instagram?
Is it the Real Night Author? Faith, let us know.
Yeah, please.
I know I follow her, but I don't remember. I think it is. But I'm telling you, and I'm not just saying this because she's here. I'm telling you, her main character, I could not get out of my head after, like, you know, reading it like that night, or even after I finished editing her whole book. Like she was so strong and so fun, and she's doing a revision now, but it's you're gonna love it. I honestly, I even with all the issues, I loved it the way it was, and she's doing this big revision, and I just know it's like, I'm so excited for it. I really am.
I found her and I'm now following.
She's a fantastic writer, and her dialogue is amazing. And yeah, there are a lot of I wish I could do dialogue like she does. She's really something.
What is her pen name? Like, what's her author name?
Oh, sorry.
I don't know if she's using.
Like if we wanted to look up Does she have anything published yet, or no?
She has in not cozies, but she does historical right now. And again, sorry, Faith, I don't know. You can tell us, and then she'll put it up.
Okay, yeah, because if it's going to be a different name, I just wondered what to look up on Goodreads.
Yeah, she's doing historical now, but she's moving to cozy, and that's why she came to me, so that she could really know the cozy genre.
It might be Tansy Cole.
Is that it? Faith?
She has. So I'm on her Instagram. Which
she says
Tansy Cole. She says Tansy Cole is pen name for mystery suspense.
Okay, I was gonna say because I'm on her Instagram right now.
Night for historical. So she's got
Faith Night for historical,
for mystery suspense, and Faith Night for historical.
Yay! Well, I found her. I'm following. How exciting! I love yeah, I do too. I feel like it really works.
Oh, who was that? That just
Jill?
did that. She's got the Newix, the Nubble Lighthouse there. Jill. That's one of my favorite places. I used to live near there.
Ooh.
I love the Nubble. That's in Maine. Southern Maine.
It's a
no kidding.
All right, everyone, you're making me hungry. And she said, Jill said, I've read 1 or 2 Scumble River. I like the series. I have a couple more in the series. In my over the top TBR, LOL.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yes, Tiffany, there were times I took 2 books with me because I might finish one before I got home when I read physical. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want no big stinking over the top size paperback.
Yeah, if I go on a trip, I take several because I want to be able to pick and choose.
I think so too, Anita, with the ebooks.
But the problem with the ebooks is you don't own the ebook. You only own the license to that ebook. So if it's Barnes and Noble, and Barnes and Noble went through this where they did lose the licenses to a bunch of books. And so people went onto their Nooks and found that books that they had owned were gone. Same thing could happen to Amazon. Thing could happen to those who use the other e-readers. Like because you're just buying the license, you're not buying the actual book.
Right. And it's harder for, authors who go out to signings and stuff and talk. Yeah. Like if you don't have an actual book, if everybody just is going to buy yours on Kindle, they might not be quite as, having as much incentive to go out to there would be no book signing if you don't have the books to sign.
Also, I was watching some YouTuber, and I don't know who this YouTuber is, because it was just a random video that I'd stumbled upon, and basically it was like, why are ebooks more expensive than physical copy books? And she was saying that when it comes time to bestseller lists, ebooks aren't counted in that number, so they drive up the price on ebooks. So that way people will want to purchase the physical to drive up the bestseller numbers as opposed to the ebooks.
Wow.
So it's a marketing strategy.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't like it. I know I don't like it. In my job, I get people looking for large print titles. Mm-hmm. And those are probably really gone by the wayside mostly. I don't know. It seems like mass market. What's that?
There are some in libraries, but that's not, you can't find every book in that. It's hard.
It seems like mass market would be a bigger overall percentage of sales. I wonder if that is a specific publisher or genre. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. Okay, percentage of dollars, but I wonder what the percentage of actual book is.
Right. I wonder that too.
Yeah. Hey, Blake. She says, hi, everyone. Hi. While I wait at a book signing. I think larger mass market paperback books, Mass Max, or something like that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that's what they call these Mass Max.
Yeah, Mass Max. I get it. Mass XL. Max. Special editions are expensive. Would prefer. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I think most people, unless you're like a big influencer where you want them all over your shelves, and that's a or
what you do, or what you do is you buy 2 copies of the special edition, and the one copy you keep, and the other you put up on Pango Books, and you put it on sale for like $300 because no, like people do this all the time. They jack up the price because they know that special edition is going to be limited. So once it's gone, now people are going to be scrambling trying to find it.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
Karina, when they did the cheese around the world to celebrate the 2nd anniversary, I laughed out loud because this year I've been doing the around the world readathon. It's been amazing. Her prompts and all the work she puts in it has been absolutely amazing. She picks a different country each month and has several like really in-depth prompts.
Wow.
It's pretty incredible.
That's fun. We must have been mind melding.
Right?
Yeah, it was a fun way to get like the costumes involved. I always love that.
And what about the people who can't afford those pretty covers? That's why we need libraries.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, to your point, even the people that can't afford mass market paperbacks, we need libraries for.
Right.
With the amount of people more than ever living paycheck to paycheck, if it's between getting, shoes for my kid and even a mass market paperback. I mean,
right.
So I agree, Anita, wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And affordable editions. Yeah. And then, it's Tansy Call Mysteries. Thank you so much for all your help. And then she said, stop, you're making
no, it's true.
So Tansy Cole is a pending for mystery suspense. Faith Knight is for historical. She is smiling. Hey, Sonia. Yeah. She said, hello, friends. I totally forgot that today was Sunday. LOL. It's great to see everyone. I adored Peyton.
Oh, thanks, Sonia. Thank you.
Yes, Sonia is a huge fan of the series. Was the booktuber what Michael reads or something like that?
No, I thought it was a female booktuber that I watched, but I don't know. I don't know, Storm. I'm sorry.
So I'll finish these, and it looks like we're caught up in comments. And then if anybody has any last minute thoughts about bait and switch so that we don't keep Miss Karina forever, I had to go to ebook. Says even the large print is too small. My hope is karma for all the printers that make prints smaller and time to save money. I agree. Don't those big influencers? I'm sure they do. I'm sure. I'm sure at least some of them.
Yeah,
not all, but
I mean, some do but a lot don't. And then, so when they do get them for free, they have to disclose hey, I got this, because again, if they're influencing, they are trying to push that company and trying to get you to buy that company, because that's the agreement between them and then that company that's giving them the special edition.
Right.
So.
And then this is people saying, hi, I wish you could make more cheese shop on Miss Willa. So that is what I was going to say. So I'm going to miss the cheese character, the teen cheese so much. I just feel like I was part of their group, and I'm just glad I got to spend as much time with them as I did. They really are like friends, and so I just I'm sad that it's over, but I really, the time we got to spend with them was amazing.
Thanks so much.
There's always a chance for, one of the teen cheese to pop up, like in a community theater.
That's right. If you ever decide to take one of them on the road, we're there for it.
Thanks so much. Yeah, I mean, you never know. I'm open to pretty much everything. I think I'm just finally now thinking about, everybody kept telling me all the options for everything, and I was like, yeah, I know, but I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I was really kind of thrown, and so so now I'm finally like kind of looking into, okay, what do I really want to do? And so, it might include Team Cheese or some of that or whatever, but we'll see. But I appreciate everybody and everybody, loving the series, and it really means a lot to me because, I put in a lot, and they're also in my heart, in my head, as if they're real. So it makes me feel good that you all really, liked them and appreciated them. And I just always wanted to write a cozy and make other people feel the way I feel when I read my favorite cozies. And that was always, from the beginning, my purpose on that. So I love that for some of you, I was able to do that. So thank you. Appreciate
Anya says she wants a story about Baz.
it. Sonia. And yes. And then a curvy redhead for Baz's.
Oh, gosh. She wants a Baz romance.
No, Sonia, we know.
I'm just teasing. Anita said, I wish you could. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that. It's what Michael reads.
Michaela.
Michaela. What
Michaela
reads.
reads.
Sorry,
Oh,
missed
so it
the
is
A.
So maybe
I'm
you're right.
sorry. I gotcha. And then she's Faith said, great series. Jennifer said, I just sneaked in, and yes, I'm not happy that the series was ended. We will miss Willa and her crew.
Agreed.
Absolutely, Jennifer.
Thank you.
And then this is where she said, just saying, I'd love to see it. Or think about one of them in a bowling alley situation. Yes, Anita.
Yeah, Baz and bowling. You get an alliteration going there.
Oh,
Baz,
there you
Baz the bowler.
go.
And
He
then
would totally be
oh
good
my
with
gosh,
that,
it's like
wouldn't
you know me.
Yes.
And a guy would put in there. It's like I know it, right? It's like I'm reading your mind.
I may or may not have my own carpenter character.
He's been writing.
Well, I can't thank you enough for doing the read along with us. We had so much fun with it.
It was fun.
Yes. It was just so much fun, and I love the characters so much. Jennifer said, I just detect a distinct thing about Baz, Karina.
Yeah, right. For sure. Thank you so much. And thank you, Emily, for reading along. And
yes, it was so fun.
Not knowing about Heath, you still stuck with it. So thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for reading it, Elizabeth, as well. I really
I'm behind, but I will
catch up.
Persevere.
Yeah. Well, it was a perfect time to read Gone for Good because it was a fall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I loved every page. Literally every page.
You're so sweet. Thank you. All right, I'm going to go feed my cat and myself. And thank you guys so much. And Tiffany, again, thanks so much for having me. And I'll come back just as a reader and hang out with you.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you again.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.
That was really fun.
It was. I'm sad.
I'm so glad that we did the readathon. I'm gonna go back up to the top, and then it's 5:50 now. I'll do comments till 6, and then we'll do a long sprint. And that way we'll make up for some of the time. Mary Jo said, hi everyone, I'm on the road coming home from my nephew's wedding. Just wanted to stop.
Nice.
Safe travels, and thank you. I hope the wedding went magnificent. Cation said hi. Oh, she's reading Adrian's book. How are you liking it? Whiskey Business, the first in the Mixology Lounge. Amazing. Hey, Amy, she says, good afternoon. Today I will be reading In the Company of Witches. Very nice.
How's your back, Amy? I know you were having back problems earlier.
Oh, no.
How's
back? Oh, back problems are the worst, too. Back and teeth for me are like the absolute worst pain. Esther said, hey, all, I'm reading Murder on a Girl's Night Out, Southern Sisters Mystery Series by Ian George. It fills a sister's prompt for a bingo and a bingo challenge. And that is such a funny series. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've read all of them because I started it a long time ago, but I think I read number 1. And then this started the bait and Swiss. So Annie said, hi all, I'm reading Ghost in the Graveyard by Shay McLeod. I'm not sure if I'm saying that last name right, but hopefully I am. hopefully you are enjoying it. Annie, I hope you are. Anita said, hey, everyone. Today I'm reading Adam and Weep by Linda Riley, part of the Grilled Cheese Shop. And I'm very excited for the discussion about bait and Swiss. I hope you are loving it. I need to read that one. I have not got to it yet, but I like the Grilled Cheese Shop a lot. Willow Tree Creates said, hey, everyone. I'm going to be listening to How to Solve Your Own Murder by Kristen Perrin. I'm at 57% and it is due back in 2 days. You got this.
Yeah, I've read that. It was okay. It wasn't it didn't blow me away, but I wasn't mad about it or anything.
Is it a cozy or no?
No, not really. No.
But it's a mystery?
Yeah.
It sounds
I didn't think it was a cozy. I can't even remember it now. I bet I just rated it 3 stars because I went back and looked. Excuse me.
Kim said, hey, y'all. Oh, not feeling good today. I may be just listening. Absolutely. I think I overwhelmed my body by starting back on all my medicines this morning. Kim. Well, I hope you get to take it easy and just relax this evening. Feel better. Yes. And then people saying feel better soon to Kim. Absolutely. Absolutely. And she said, thanks all. I posted an update. Oh, okay. About her dad on Discord. Oh, okay. Good. Well, I hope everything is good with that or at least, moving in that direction. But I will definitely go and check it out because I have been so busy. I haven't been on Discord at all. Jill said, hey, everyone. And she said, feel better. Reading a bunch per usual. LOL. Made a little headway on Diana Galbanon's Go Tell the Bees That I'm Gone. Started Catterday Crime. That's hilarious. That title is funny. Catterday Crime by Amanda Flower. And still reading another book by her. By her Before I Could Stop for Death.
What series is that in? I haven't heard of that
Which one?
The Catterday Crime by Amanda Flower.
I don't know. Maybe the Magical Bookshop. I'm not sure what series it is.
I'm gonna look it up just so I know.
Go ahead. You're so lucky. I am still on hold for the Jan Karen.
Oh, a cat rescue mystery #1.
Oh, okay.
A new series.
There we go.
That's cute. And
How
the cat
are you
on the cover.
it?
What's that?
Jill, let us know what you're thinking. What do you think
The cat
about
has like crime scene tape in his mouth on the cover. It's cute.
Oh, that's funny. I'm excited about a Midford Museum. I loved that series. Yeah. Also, still reading Ellie Alexander's A Murder on the Mountain, Dan Brown Origin, Earl Stanley Gardner Party, Perry Mason, The Case of the Shoplifter's Shoe. Okay, that's a hilarious title too. The Case of the Shoplifter's Shoe. The Carol Curse by Pepper Basham, and started Jane Karen's latest, My Beloved. You do have quite the list going. I hope you're enjoying them all.
I think she told me in a comment that she was getting that soon or had just gotten it. So Anita, I did read a little bit of Mossy Creek this morning, and it's great so far. So yeah, I'm definitely leaning in that direction. I think I'm going to try to just read all of them, but I was trying to, it's like my mind was going in 3 different directions. So
is Mossy Creek the title of the series or book?
Both. And even though it doesn't say large print, the print is very large. So and there's like 10 chapters. So I think I can zip through this pretty quickly if I'm focused on it. So good vote, Anita. But I'm still, Emily, I know you voted for Ken Follett, so I'm going to go for that too. But I may wait till November. I'll try to read Mossy Creek between now and the end of the month, and then I can start Ken Follett in November.
20 pages is doable.
Yeah, it is. I read slow, but I don't have, Fiona and I are skipping November for our buddy read because we just have 1 book left and it's Christmas, so we're going to save that for December. So I've got the whole month open. And as far as print reading, and I don't have any readathons unless we do the Moore Montgomery near the end of the month, and I'll probably just do audio for that. So yeah, it's doable.
And she said she did start the Jane Karen. Carmen said A Column of Fire is my vote. And then Esther Jane said, Jill, I can't wait. I think she's talking about.
This is definitely an Emily length book right here.
It is.
And it's so funny because I have not read chunky books recently because I've been so very trying to get out of a reading slump.
Yeah.
Jill said, I forgot one. Pumpkin spice and everything nice.
Oh, nice.
We had one more. 59% through Bait and Switch. I hope you love it. Christina says, hi, friends. This is some of the conversation with Karina, so I'll just skip that.
Yeah, we read that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Trying to just see where we haven't so I don't skip anybody.
Oh my gosh. So I have my window open because I'm hot and I have like 4 loads of laundry drying. So it's humid in here. So I'm trying to like get some coolness. And I live off of busy street and holy cow, I don't know if you can hear it.
I did hear. Yeah.
But like I'm in my office, which I don't have a window in my office.
Wow. That is loud.
You can hear how loud that is.
Yeah.
That is loud for that. Yeah. People saying thank you to Karina. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the readathon too. It was so fun.
And now cars are honking at those motorcycles.
Thank you for asking. I'm doing much better. I will be going to PT and pain clinic visit next week. Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, I hope that between the PT and the pain clinic that you get to feeling much better. Because I think back pain and tooth pain are the absolute worst. I'm so sorry. And Jill said, I am liking Catter Day, the first in the new series. I'm actually as little surprised as I can be that she has a cat rescue series. Like how it hasn't happened way before now is more shocking to me than anything from Amanda.
Well, and do you know, did she ever find her cat that went missing? Do you know what happened with that? Did they ever find it? I mean, alive or dead? I don't know.
I'm not positive.
I mean, it's been several months ago now, but I forgot to go back and follow that because I know they were looking for it and putting out food and stuff, trying to, so that's so it's just so stressful when you lose a cat and they just disappear without a trace.
Can I also just say that the light needs to turn green real soon because it's just still happening.
Oh, you're still hearing it? Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Hey, Ambi, she says hello from my creative corner of creation. Tiffany, just finished Whiskey Business. It was great. It is so great. I'm so excited that you liked it. Makes me so happy. So Storm did plan to come on when she's running late, but she did plan to come on at some point when the discussion for Karina was over. I didn't hear from Sarah, so I hope that she is feeling okay. Oh, hold on. We'll probably fix Dad's supper first and while I'm thinking of it. So then she'll be on probably after the next sprint, which we are caught up with comments. So it's a minute early, but I'm going to put us up a screen and we'll do a 50-minute sprint. Is that okay? So like 10 till?
Yes. I'm gonna I can still hear them revving the engines.
That is crazy.
It's been bad before, but never this bad.
Oh,
I sure hope they get pulled over at some point in time.
Look at Snoopy.
I had to go with Peanuts.
I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
That is the cutest thing ever. It's adorable.
So we shall read till 50. And happy reading, everyone.
And Storm.
How was everybody's sprints? Hi, Storm.
Hey,
How's it going?
good. It's dreary here, but good.
It's good to see ya.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to be seen.
What you reading?
I have my audiobook is Cold Days by Jim Butcher, and then my eyeball reading book is A Box Full of Murder by Janice Howey.
Nice. Very nice. How did you do, Emily?
Good. I ate dinner. I took care of some garbage, and I got to page 190 out of 333.
What did you have for dinner?
Just like a bagged salad, like a steakhouse wedge bagged salad. So, not very exciting. I had leftover pizza for lunch, so.
Hold on one second. I'm sorry. I'm sending a real quick message.
We had Domino's pizza for lunch.
Ooh.
So I had some oatmeal for supper. Yeah, if you get 6 pizzas, then you get a free pizza. So it was our free.
Oh, I
pizza.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow,
they have like on their reward points or whatever. So
I need to download their app and get some reward points because Domino's is like decent for good, like cheap pizza.
yeah, because we usually get like when we get their pizza, it's their like $6.99 like 1,000 pizza, and after you get. And if you get 20 points, you can get like breadsticks, or if you get 40 points, you can get something. But 60 points is when you get the free pizza. So we always just save it up till we get the free pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart. How'd you do, Elizabeth?
Great. I went and helped my husband finish a jigsaw puzzle, and I've been listening to My Beloved, and I'm at 28% now.
Nice.
And had some ice cream, which I turned the camera back on when I was eating it. I was like, I don't like to eat in front of people, but I also hate to always have a blank screen. So yeah.
What flavor ice cream?
It was a gelato, whatever. I just call it ice cream, but it was like, but before that, I had a pimento cheese sandwich and fixed Emily one. Randy was having some other leftovers, and so I fixed us each a sandwich. And so sat with her and ate a few minutes. So yeah, it was a good 50 minutes or whatever.
Very nice.
Yeah. Do you ever eat that, Emily? The gelato, Talenti Gelato is the brand.
So that gelato is so good, but the last time I bought it, I could not, for the life of me, open the lid.
They are hard to open. Okay,
it would not open.
Here's what you have to do. Just like if you have a jar or something that won't open, find a good like concrete surface and tap it on the ground a couple of times, and then try again. I have like, you know, those round things that are kind of rubbery that you put to hold.
Yeah. I don't have any of those.
I put one on the bottom and one on the top. So
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and see,
they are hard to open.
Yeah. And see, to me, I'm like, it's not worth it. It is not worth it. But what I do have, like, I do have some like vanilla ice cream at home, because when I went to Indianapolis last weekend, 2 weekends ago, I don't know, when I was there for the wedding, I was in Carmel, Indiana, and it has a really cute artist quarter there. And so I spent Sunday morning just shopping and whatever. And one of the stores was a olive and balsamic vinegar store. And I bought like a blackberry balsamic vinegar. It was so good. And you can take it, and obviously you can put it on salads, right? But like some of like the fruitier ones, like you can take that and put it on ice cream. Wow. And there's like we have an olive store in town too where I live. And I've done that before. Like I had like a coffee flavor balsamic vinegar or like a chocolate flavored balsamic vinegar on coffee and on vanilla ice cream. It's so good.
That is interesting. Okay, first of all, what caught me was you said it's a whole store of just that. And I was thinking about how Tiffany talks about that one cozy mystery that's like it doesn't seem like you could have a whole store of just that. What is that? I already forgot now what it is.
The cookie cutter.
Cookie cutter, yeah. Like if you have a whole store. So there you go. There's another idea for a cozy mystery shop, and
Right. But like, I mean, they
Yeah.
have, and it's like they've got like raspberry balsamic vinegar, strawberry balsamic vinegar, like all like pomegranate, like all sorts of different flavors. Same thing with the olive oil, and like they'll allow you to taste test it before you purchase, and it's so good.
That sounds good.
Yeah, wow.
That sounds good.
I've never heard of like all those different types and different flavors.
I've tried quite a few flavor vinegars because when I was on the autoimmune diet that I had to be on for like medical reasons, one of the only things that you could use was not even all vinegar, but there were certain ones. And so I would try to like play around with trying to find some flavored ones because it was just like, you know, you couldn't have anything basically. So there's like a rose red wine one that's really good.
Oh.
Yeah. And a rose champagne vinegar, maybe. It's either the red wine vinegar with rose in it or champagne vinegar with rose in it. But it was really good. But yeah, I like some of those flavored.
Yeah. And he said that some restaurant in town, he told me what restaurant and I don't remember what it was. He was like, yeah, the head chef at that restaurant would order that blackberry balsamic vinegar and he would use it in some recipes and desserts at that restaurant.
Oh,
so
interesting. Very cool.
How was your sprint, Tiffany?
It was good. What was I going to say? I read about a chapter and then I was talking to Sonia for the rest of the time. But I read like a chapter and a half when she called. So I did get some reading.
She gonna come on or no?
She is not today.
Oh.
She is chilling. She had forgot it was Sunday, and then she's like, I think I'm gonna be a creeper. I'm like, that sounds So let me see. But let's see where we were. Storm, somebody was asking about, they're like, is Storm okay? I'm like, yeah, she's gonna be on in just a little bit, but other people were asking too. So.
Yeah, it's like I didn't want to be on when Karina was here because I never read the book. So
yeah.
Well, I finally came back on because I did read book 2. I finished it. So I was telling her before we went on, I was like, I've been hiding my head in shame, but I could come back now because I finished book 2.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
Mm-hmm. I've only read book 1. So
she needs to write more.
So what is she doing now? Like helping other authors or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she has like an editing and a mentoring coaching kind of thing that she's doing. And I bet she's great at it. She'd be great at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that at some point I really do think that the writing will just hit her. Something.
But she's just not getting inspiration yet or anything.
And when that does, then she'll be, putting something out. And I imagine I would be gun shy if I was somebody who felt like the ending of my series came out of nowhere. It would be really hard to try again. Like, I think I would be like, oh, because you know what I mean? So I think that would be hard. See. Ambi said, so cute. I love Snoopy. Oh, good. Yeah, I was like, well, I gotta have a Peanuts Halloween. I have to. I love Peanuts so much.
The Peanut specials are always a must view. My planner has watch a Halloween movie for Friday night, and it's Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
That's amazing. I think I've said this. Kevin bought me many years ago. Now I don't even have a DVD player, but he bought me the collection of Peanuts holiday DVDs, and there was some on there that I didn't even know existed. The main one,
July one. Yep.
yeah, the main ones that you see all the time that they show every year. But there were some really obscure ones I didn't even know existed. I was like, how did I not
Yeah,
know that?
there are a few that don't even relate to a holiday. I actually knew we were kids then, but he was the first cousin of one of my classmates, and he lived in California, and he did the voice of Linus in two specials. Yeah, when he was a kid. His name is Danny something. So if you like look through his picture's not anywhere, but if you look through like who all did the voice of Linus, you know, he's one of them. It was the one
That
where
is so cool.
I know, it was really cool. It was the one where it was on television, where the little red-haired girl kissed Charlie Brown, and I have no idea what the name of it was. Huh?
The Valentine's Day special? I think there was one that was specifically just red hair, the little red-haired girl.
Yeah, and I don't think it's the main Valentine one. It's another one that but it came out, you know, in the 70s, like mid 70s. And so, but she was my classmate. She's also my third cousin, but he was related to her on her mom's side, and I'm related to her on her dad's side. But anyway, they were like our neighbors across the pasture. And of course the night that was back when, you know, nobody had VCRs to record anything. Right. Nobody had anything. And their TV went out like right before it was going to be on. So they came to our house to watch it. Oh. So it was cool that, you know, we were able to watch it with them.
That is so neat.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now I'm pretty sure I have that one on DVD, or Emily does, or she, because I looked it up not that long ago. I was like, I wonder if he did any of the other specials, and there's like maybe a baseball one or something that he was on too. So
there is, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Anita said, well, I'm going to say goodnight to everyone. I will see you all soon. Be safe. I'm really tired and I need to eat some dinner, and then I'm going to relax for the night in bed reading. Have a great night, Anita. Storm, are sprints tomorrow on your channel?
Yes.
Okay. 7 p.m. on Storm's channel. And Storm, I'm going to sign up. I want to do the card exchange. I have not been on there. I've been trying. Oh my gosh, I've been so busy.
Well, you've still got plenty of time and everything.
I know what I've signed up for. Speaking of that, I'm like, I think I signed up for the book exchange. I don't know.
I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get on that. I hope it's, you know, because I just don't want to.
Yeah, you've got plenty of time yet. Okay. It's just that I figured I better tell you about it.
No, I appreciate it. I love it. Thank you.
Can I ask a question about the card exchange? Like, so if we sign up for it, like how hard do we have to go on sending out cards? Speaking as like a teacher, you know, who gets busy, like I want to make sure that I'm like a good participant. So I'd want to know like how much are we sending out?
We just sent one card.
Yeah, it's just whatever, you know, like you can, if you don't have enough, you can always pick and choose who you send your cards to. I mean,
okay.
But it's just a card. You don't have to put anything in it or anything. It's just a card.
No. I just meant like how many cards did we have to send out?
Yeah.
Like,
that's why I said, because like I know like not everybody has enough money for like everybody who might sign up, so you can just pick.
Yeah.
Do a spin wheel or something and be like, okay, that one gets a card.
I'm trying to think last year of how many people signed up. I didn't think it was
I think there was maybe 10 people. I mean,
it wasn't.
It's not like Santa where you just send to one. Like you could send to all if you want.
I've been part of groups where it's like hundreds of people have signed up, and I'm like, what? Like,
right? Yeah, no. I sent one to everyone last year, and I think it was probably less than 20 for sure.
Okay, cool.
Pat said, good evening, everyone. Sorry, I've been fighting for the last 2 days of migraine. Oh, Pat, I'm sorry. 1 minute we are in the 50s during the day and 30s at night. The next day in the 60s during the day and 40. Oh, well, that will do a lot of yucky. I'm sorry, Pat. I hope you feel better soon. Books and knitting. Karen M said, hello, all reading Murder Freshly Baked, third in the series. I have 3 books in the Amish Village Mysteries by Vanetta Chapman. Really enjoying this series from Guidepost. I think I've read the first one in that series. Matter of fact, I know I did for something. And I liked Vanetta Chapman.
Well, I think she's talking about 2 different series, maybe. There's a Vanetta
I read
book series.
I read the Amish Village Mystery #1 by Vanetta Chapman.
Okay. I didn't realize it was from Guidepost, but maybe it is. Okay.
I'm not sure about that.
But yeah, that's one series that I need to get to one of these days. I've read some of hers, but I haven't read that one. I think that's the one. There's like a coffee one, and I don't remember.
The main character like managed a little village of shops or something.
Oh, okay.
I think, or something like that. The Amish
I'm
village
looking it
one.
up.
It's like there's like several different shops, and she was like the manager or worked at one, or I can't remember.
So yeah, that's the third one in a 3-book series, Amish Village. Okay, yeah. I just didn't realize it was by Guidepost. There's Murder Simply Brewed, that's the coffee one, and then Murder Tightly Knit, and then Murder Freshly Baked.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Pat
I
said
think Sarah has talked about those. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Pat said I went to the urgent care for some medicine because what I had wasn't helping last night. I slept upright in the recliner because my head was pounding laying down. Finished 3 books this week. Well, finished 3 books this week is incredible. Whether you're sick or not, or healthy, that's incredible. But I really hope you get to feeling better soon.
I'm so sorry.
I'm the same way, Pat. Sometimes I lay down and I might fall asleep, but then I'll wake up soon, and then between my knee hurting or my foot hurting or something, I'm just like I'll just toss and turn, and then I feel like I'm keeping my husband awake, so I just get up and sit in the recliner and start to try to read, and then I'll fall asleep. But sometimes laying down is just so hard to sleep.
Pat said, "Don't forget to hit the thumbs up." Thanks, Pat. Got to watch It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown before Halloween. Absolutely.
It's a must.
Absolutely. I found a great series on KU called A Freshly Baked Cozy Mystery by Kathleen Suzette. She has the Halloween cozy Pumpkin Hollow, right? There are 40 books in that series, roughly 120 pages. I think Kathleen Suzette does the Pumpkin Hollow Halloween series. Pat said, I have read 250 books. Holy moly. My goal. That's
there is I just looked up Kathleen Suzette. She's got the Pumpkin Hollow Mystery series, and
it's a little like the Pumpkin Hollow is like this Halloween town, but it's very, very cozy Halloween town. So it's very cute. I read the first one, thought it was very, very cute.
Good job, Pat, on your
that is incredible.
I
feel like we should do some fireworks because that is amazing. 250 bucks. Absolutely incredible, Pat. Hope you feel better, Pat.
Pat, is any of that audio or is that all with your eyes? Because if that's all with your eyes, that's really amazing.
It's really amazing.
Yeah.
Cation said got to 7% of Cabin Fever, the Canal Boat Cafe, number 3. I've never heard of that. I'll have to look that up. Thank you. It's raining here, which we desperately need. It's the slow, easy kind. I didn't know it was until I walked to the kitchen and saw it out the window. Well, I'm glad you're getting some much needed rain. Willow Tree said got to 66%. Very nice. Read 35 pages of The Case of the Shoplifter's Shoe by Earl Stanley Gardner. I think that just took a
Oh, Tiffany, you need to look up the Canal Boat Cafe. In fact, let me share my screen so I can show you. These are adorable looking. I just looked it up. Hang on. Can you see it?
There we go.
Look how cute that is. That's the first one, Canal Boat Cafe. And I think there's like 5. There's 5. Yeah. So then Casting Off. So there's a bakery and there's a cat. Somebody's typing. Cabin Fever. So it's this canal boat. See that she's in the boat there and somebody's walking their dog along beside it. That is so cute. Land Ahoy.
I just marked the first one. It looks really cute. It says it's a touching story told in 4 parts.
That's adorable.
That is, thank you. Keith and I just marked the first one. Thank you. And then Pat said my roommate fixed fried chicken and dumplings on Friday night. I've been eating leftovers with honey cornbread.
Nice.
That sounds amazing. There's a whole thing about Tilante jars not opening.
It was even on the news.
They know and are supposedly working on a fix. You would think it shouldn't be that hard to expand a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny that it was on the news.
Right? And then Jill said, try the bottom of a flat knife. That's the Italian way of opening jars. At least that's what my husband did.
Like to tap it. Yeah, because my mom used to say you need to hit it on something or tap a knife on it. She would do that to kind of break the seal. And then it would.
That's what I do with like pickle jars and things like that. I
Yeah.
tap, then I move it, tap, and I move it.
Yep.
Tap it with a knife. Yeah.
Yep. And then Cation said, tap it with a knife, ? Yep. My roommate and I are in the mood for apple pie with vanilla ice cream with caramel drizzle on it. Hopefully I will get paid this week. That sounds amazing. Apple pie with ice cream and caramel. Mm.
Yes.
I have a weak hand grip and have a hard time opening jars sometimes. Well, yeah. So it doesn't make it any better when their jars are just hard for everyone. Like, goodness gracious. It's less than 20. Yes. Oh, the cards. Okay. Thank you. I was like, I'm not. Oh yeah. Some people did e-cards too.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Last year was 15 people. Thanks, Cajun. I thought it was somewhere around there.
I can get Cajun to like put in some good e-card places or whatever in the card exchange. That way.
Also,
Yeah.
is there a on Elfster to link your Amazon wish list to Elfster?
You can do it on Elfster. It takes me forever to figure it out, which is why I was like, if you can't figure it out, you could just like list like 5 to 10 books on.
Okay,
and then your person can like.
That's what I'm doing right now because I'm going to forget otherwise. So I'm listening and doing that.
Yeah, because some people just aren't very techie, and so I'm like, I want to make it easy for people, so it's like. Just list it in the Elfster, and then whenever your person has you, they can just look at it, and it's like.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I do too.
Do you have good free e-card places? Oh, that's Storm. Sorry, I get it. Yeah. Oh, yes. I'll look back at the list from last year and post it. Thank you, Cajun. Thank you, Cajun. Jill said, "Wow, Pat, amazing. Yeah." 250 books is incredible. 80% eyes, 20% audio. That's incredible.
That's even better because mine's like the opposite way.
Yeah, same.
I really like Chrisetta McLaughlin's storytelling. That's the author of that series. And then Kim said, I bought a jar opener that usually works. And then I had a difficult time with a Talenti container, wound up using its scissors. I'm not getting that brand anymore. Well, hopefully they get it worked out. It was on the news.
Well, I get it because
I couldn't open it, and I finally gave up and threw it away. And I was like, I'm done.
Oh man, I couldn't bring myself to throw it away. But I get it because like Publix will kind of rotate. They'll have like the Ben and Jerry's BOGO one week, and then one week they'll have a Haagen-Dazs, and then another week they'll have Talenti, and then they might have a week where there's none of them, and then they'll kind of start over again. So on the week that they're BOGO, that's usually what I will get.
Yeah.
Because I've stopped myself from buying giant things of ice cream because I'll just eat the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I just get it in the small doses. Then...
But it's the small containers that, for me, like, because I buy Ben and Jerry's, it's the small pint containers. I'll eat that all in one sitting. If I buy the big container, I won't eat all that in one sitting.
Yeah, no, that's true. But I just feel like I will eat it more often. Whereas if I just buy the BOGO, and then once I eat it, then I don't have any more until I get more. So, it's probably neither is ideal, but that's what I'm telling myself.
Cajun said, I just want to check the e-card sites before I post them to make sure it's still free and working. Cajun, thank you so much for doing that. And then Cajun said, Elfster will walk you through linking your Amazon list if you want to.
I'm just adding books that were on my wish list because I'm like, I I don't understand Elfster. I'll
That's
be
fine.
perfectly honest. I
Yeah.
am not techie.
Well, this year got me a little bit because usually whenever I make an Elfster, it says you can invite people and everything, and you can put their name and an email address. Like it would have it like beside each other, but this time it just said a name, and I'm like, well, if I just put a name in there, then you're not gonna have the email, and I didn't get it, so I just did the link thing and sent it to everybody's email. But then I was like, it'd be easier if I just put that link in the Elfster thing on Discord. So that's what I did. I'm like, sign up here. You just go to this little link, and it takes you over there, and you sign up.
Yeah, whatever works. Cajun said to Kim, can you post a jar opener in the Discord? I got one, but it doesn't really work well. And that is the last comment. So why don't we do a sprint till like 7:45, which is be about a half an hour, and then we'll come back and we'll read any comments and check out what we got coming up and wrap up for the evening. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out my other. I don't know which one I want to do.
Ooh, chilly.
Oh, I'll go with this because this is cute.
Aww, that is cute.
Yeah.
And very vintagey.
Yes, exactly. So let me change this border. We'll read till about 45. If that works. Happy reading, everyone. How was everybody's sprints?
Awesome. Tiffany, this is your kind of book right here, Mossy Creek. I think you would love this. And if you're interested, I don't know if it's on ebook or anything, but this print is pretty large. So
I
you
put it
might,
on my TBR because it does sound like
yeah.
something I
So
would
it's
love.
set in Georgia, and this is their Mossy Creek, Georgia. This is what's on their water tower. The town that's going nowhere and don't want to, or something like that.
Yes, I just hearing about. I think I would absolutely love it.
Yeah,
I put it on my TBR. I'm very
it's
excited for
great.
anything like that.
Yeah, I'm loving it already. So it's very like in the same vein as a Fanny Flag, small town, quirky characters, family feuds and all that kind of stuff. So
Which is one of my favorites.
yeah.
I think that if you're reading the first one now, and if I read the
Mm.
first one, maybe we could do a group read for us, the slice of life or something.
Yeah, if I don't know how hard they are to find. I just kind of happened across
Yeah.
these, so we'll have to look into it and see if they're available, on ebook or audio or anything like that.
Absolutely. Storm, how was your sprint?
Good. I read a little bit on Box Full of Murder, and just like something just really interesting happened right whenever I heard you saying "Go." I was like, no.
Oh no. Well, we're gonna be wrapping up, and you go back to reading. I'm sorry. I know that's always like, oh. Emily, how was your sprint?
Good. I finished signing up, doing like the Elfster list and stand up for the card exchange.
Excellent.
Awesome.
And then Danny over at Danny Dabbles has like a readathon game, like a bucket listathon for the end of the year. So I played the game and I figured out the prompts, and it all is books that I was wanting to read anyway next month. So I was able to manage to fit that in. So yay. And then I read a few pages.
Very nice. I read some from the Christina Romerall, the Killer Talk. It says I'm at 47%. So doing pretty good. I'll probably read most of the evening. I got a few things I got to get done before bed, and then that'll be it for me. What do you all have coming up on your channels? Elizabeth, what do you have coming up?
Well, I guess I'll need to do some kind of a November TBR. I'm also working on a video that has to do with the Little Free Library. I started filming a month ago, but something rather scandalous has happened.
Ooh.
And I was telling Mitzi about it. She said, "Oh my goodness, yes, do a video about that." And so I'm working on it. I filmed another bit today, and it's a work in progress. So that probably won't come out this week, but just
I want to know what the scandal is.
I know. You will have to wait and
Scandal is
see.
Free Little Library.
Yeah,
Right?
you will have to wait and see because it is rather scandalous. So there's that, and my TBR. So that's probably it for right now.
Nice.
Yep.
I am very, very interested.
Mhm.
What about you, Emily?
I finally uploaded today my September wrap up because it's about time.
Celebrate.
Yay. It was filmed. I just was not uploading anything really in October. Like I broke the reading slump, but then nothing was uploaded. But yeah, I'll be filming a November TBR sometime this week. So
What all readathons are coming up? I know we have Nora November. What else is coming up in November?
Nonfiction November.
Nonfiction November. That's the big one. Well, it's not official this year, though, right? Because Olive.
Yeah,
said
I don't think it's official, but I think people are still doing it.
Still do it. Yeah.
Later in the month, we'll probably do a more Montgomery challenge, but we haven't even talked about announcing it yet. But it'll be like the last week of the month.
Yeah, and if you like cryptids, there's Cryptid November.
Yeah, I know Danny Dabbles does a bucket listathon that's going for November, and if you want to extend it to December, you can. And like there's a scavenger hunt. There's like different ways that you can do it. Like there's a scavenger hunt that you can do it. There's like I think prompts that you can do, and then there's like a game that you can get prompts, and it's pretty loose. Like, and you pick like, do you want to focus on your physical TBR, series or something else. I think maybe new releases. I don't know. So that's like is like the start of the board, and then you just go around the board however many times you want. I just was like, I want to start and then get back to start and make it one trip around. So it was just 5 rolls. And one roll was a chunky read, so it has to be over 500 pages.
Ooh.
Which I was like, okay, we're getting back to my roots. Which I had planned on reading a chunky book next month anyway, so it works for well. So
there's a Dr. November if anybody wants to read any.
A Dr. November?
Yeah, double
like Dr. No.
Oh.
No, I did not think of it that way. My brain went somewhere else. I'm like, that's an interesting read. Gotcha.
Is that what you mean, Dr. No? Dr. November?
That's why I said you read 007 books. So, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
That makes sense, Dr. No.
Norm, what do you have coming up?
I have my weekend review for tomorrow and my 2 on Tuesday. And today I put up my Perry Mason collection just so people can know if they haven't already looked at it and everything. I spotlighted my Perry Mason collection. So if you've got like about 36 minutes, because it was a long one.
Awesome.
Yeah. I like the titles of the Perry Mason.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I heard you was talking about somebody was reading the Shoplifter's Shoe. I was like, I have that one.
I just think they're so funny. So
yeah,
that's awesome. I today put up a romance video of my top fake dating books, and then sometime this week I'll have a couple shorts come out. And then I did a wrap up of like the Ashland Mystery Festival that's not vlog related because I didn't really talk during the vlogs. So I like talked about all the authors that were there and their books and some of the other, things just in general about the festival. Because I don't feel like during the vlog, I'm so into like, I even like filming, I forget because, you want to experience it and be in the moment. But so I wanted to do a wrap up and I showed the swag that we got in our bags this year. And I bought a t-shirt because they had like t-shirt and sweatshirt and other stuff this year too. They had really cute hoodies, but I was like, okay, Tiffany, you'll wear a hoodie like once, so I was like, okay. I'll
yeah, because you don't need them very much.
Not in Florida.
No. So
Illinois, yes.
So I showed all the swag, and then I actually had a little bit of book mail I had to open, so I just did that at the beginning. It wasn't really related to Ashland, but I wanted to make sure that I did the book mail video so that I could thank the people who sent the publishers and stuff like that sent some books. So I did that. So that's all. It's really long though. When I edit it, I don't know what I'm going to do because it was really, I don't know. I went through each author, which I wanted to. I wanted to make sure that I did because there were some authors there that I'm really excited about reading. And most of them we all know, but there was a few that I didn't, and I'm very excited about them. So I wanted to make sure that
just tell everybody to grab them a snack and a good drink and settle in because it's a long one.
There's some booktubers that will have like 2 hour, like Gavin over at Gavin Reads It All. Yeah. It was like 2 hour videos.
Yeah,
people watch it. They eat it up.
I normally like, but yeah, it's just because I wanted to get everything. And I talked about some of the other influencers that were there, and I wanted to talk about Courtney and Spencer and Books with Amy, and Reading with Mrs. Leaf. Lori was there, so I got to meet her in person. And there was a couple of other Instagrammers that are fantastic that I got to meet there. And so I wanted to make sure that I told people where to find their Instagrams and, all that stuff. So it is long, but I will figure it out. Hi, Bobo.
The worst part is having to edit all that stuff.
It is. Oh my gosh, you snake.
Like, I don't see how, like, Gavin and them that do, like, those 2 hour videos.
Oh my gosh. I can't,
to edit them and everything. Because my Perry Mason one was like 36 minutes, and I was like, I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off.
But again, though, that's also his full-time job. Like, that's how he makes his living.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
we have a few more comments real quick. Because Kim want to know what's the deadline to sign up for the gift exchange and the money limit.
The money limit is 15. I put it down a little bit more from what
Oh.
it usually is, just so
Okay.
that because I know money's kind of tight for people.
Yeah,
So I put
yeah.
$15. And I don't remember what the date was. Let me look at what I
think for the card exchange, it was like November 7th.
Oh, okay. Okay. While she's looking that up, Pat said, I have a question for y'all. Has anyone read Death on Dickens Island by Alison Brooks? I got it on Hoopla app, but I'm having a hard time getting into it. No, but I like her Haunted Library series.
It's for the gift exchange, it's November 3rd. I figured that way then I can draw the names, and that would give people plenty of times to order the book and get them there by December 22nd is like when I'd like people to get the books to the person. So.
Perfect.
So that's a week from tomorrow, November 3rd. Can you believe that? Wow.
No, I cannot.
That's crazy.
Has anybody read that? I'm sorry.
No,
I have not, but I like her. Like I said, I like her Haunted Library series. The only thing I always say about her Haunted Library series is I feel like there's not enough haunted of the ghost. It's very light, which is fine, except that's the title of the series. So, like, I'm a light paranormal, so it doesn't bother me in terms of that. But but I feel like with the title being Haunted Library, it should have a little.
There should be a little bit more haunted.
Yeah. But no, I haven't tried it yet. I am interested in trying it, and I do like the cover.
I wasn't a huge fan of the Haunted Library. I think I only read like one, maybe two. But
I like it. Okay. I posted one that looks similar. It works to break the seal on the jar. Thanks, Kim. Just talking about the jar opener. Cation said, thanks, Kim. I'm going to say early thanks for the sprint. I'm still here, but I always seem to miss the chance to say thanks. I'm at 59%, and so I made great progress. Oh, good, Esther. Awesome. That's awesome, Esther Jane. 59%. Amazing.
Storm, are y'all reading Jan's book right now, or are you done for the month?
No, we're done for the month, but we have 3 next month. So.
Oh, okay.
We're going to incorporate the first Allie Reynolds book to see what we think of Allie next month. Too, so.
Okay. I keep meaning to get over there and like just say a word, but
yeah. And Sarah, like the book princess, like she flew through the Beaumonts. Now she's caught up to number 11 with us. So
they're like, easy to binge. Wow. If you can get them on audio, they're so easy to binge. They're just great. Yeah. I may go back now that I'm caught up because I've read the new one now. And so once I get done with my 25 by 25 challenge, or maybe in January, I'll start over and catch up with y'all and make some comments.
So I told Sarah because she's like, I don't know what to read now, and I'm like, I'm telling you, Jan's just ruined you for now. Now she's like, I'm all caught up. I'm caught up. I don't know what to do. So she started the Joanna Brady series now. So she's reading the first one in that series. So.
Nice. Pat said, I am ready for Nora Roberts next month. I have Blue Smoke and Birthright on the Libby app. Very nice.
Awesome.
I think the one I'm going to read is called Becoming for Nora Roberts.
Mossy Creek is up in North Georgia mountains close to Helene, which is an alpine village. Oh, the whole area is lovely. If you can visit, you should. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Helen, Georgia is where the Cabbage Patch, it's where the Cabbage Patch hospital is. Like, it's where they make the Cabbage Patch dolls, if they still do. There's a museum there and stuff. But we went to Dahlonega on our honeymoon and spent some time up there. It's really beautiful.
She said it's also close to Dahlonega and Blue Ridge. I've seen stuff about this place. It's very cozy. Looks very cozy-like. I'm halfway through my first Nancy Drew book since I was a kid. I'm reading Haunting on the Heliotrope Lane. Sorry, my hair's on my face. Is it cool to read a version closer with the times? That's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying and get to do that. Good night, Kim. I hope you feel better.
Good night, Kim.
You know, the free little library? What in the world? Patient said, I hope you feel better, Kim. And she said, thanks. I hate chronic health issues. Yes, absolutely.
I feel like Scandal at the Free Little Library is a cozy mystery title.
Oh, yeah. When I said it, it really does sound like a great cozy mystery title. So, All right, everyone. So we shall see you. I know, baby. I know. We shall see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. on Storm's channel.
Yeah.
Everybody have a great night. Thanks to Karina for joining us
Yes.
and for doing all the months with us. It was so much fun, and everybody that participated. And thanks to everybody that was here. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Storm. Thank you, Emily. See you all tomorrow. Have a great night or a great week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
I know, Bobo. I know.